today's session. Hope everyone's doing well. How's it going? How's it going? You guys can hear me good? Let me know in the chat real quick if you guys can hear me good. Gold first, please. Don't worry, we're gonna look at gold today. Maybe a lot to cover today. Last night was a good stream. We went live twice yesterday. So we were live in the morning and at the nighttime yesterday. We did 2 streams yesterday. We're gonna do 2 streams today and 2 streams tomorrow. You guys can hear me good? Yes, sir. Yes, loud and clear. Okay. We're gonna get the session on the way. But yeah, last night was clean. Calmer market. Yesterday morning was a little trickier, harder market because it was a faster, volatile environment. Anyone who was on last night's stream, we covered some good things on gold last night. Pretty good stream, I think. We were looking at the charts right last night. A bit of a calmer market. Anybody who's on last night's stream would have saw the live analysis, you know, live like we do. We're going to be doing this every day. There's some good training on there because the market was moving nice. It wasn't as fast, so we were able to kind of keep up with price. It wasn't as fast, didn't like take off on us. So we were looking at buy setups last night. Anyone who held those, I got out quick. I got out with like 50 pips. Anyone who held on to those, I said it might. There's good training on that session. I said it could go up in London session, right? I was saying we might even just go London bullish, maybe New York bearish today. So there was live analysis on there. We took a trade there. There was live chat, made some money. Some people made some money. You might have saw in the Discord. It was a good session last night. If you watch it, we were on for like 2 hours last night. There was a good training there. I know everybody wants to look at gold, but one thing we got to note is that right now might not be the setup. The setup might come after 8:30, just like yesterday. Yesterday we were on. We started at 7 yesterday. And if you remember yesterday, what the market did and how it came to that low, that tested that low we were talking about yesterday. When was your pre-London session? Well, we were live 8:30 last night. I dropped the schedule. The schedule's in Discord. So 8:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I may push it later to a later time, like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. one day. But for now, just 8:30. But like yesterday, we were streaming. Like if you look here, for instance, like we were streaming for quite a bit yesterday. Looking at this on gold, right? We're looking at this low. Right, that was after the news, right? So like price dropped obviously. Yesterday I was testing a low coming into New York. And we were looking possibly at a bounce up. If you were there, I was saying 2660. Maybe we could go to 2668 is what I was saying. From there, like market took off for the day. Like there were some other Forex charts we looked at, but the main thing we were just watching was gold like this. Like I was saying, yeah, I could maybe flush down to 2650. Well, you're looking at a scenario like this, it's like what's in front of you. Okay, right now it's at this low. Am I willing to see if the market's gonna hold the low? Like yesterday is New York session, news is happening. Faster environment. So when it's testing that low, it can be hitting it, like fluctuating a lot of movement up and down. So when you're in a situation like this where it's like yesterday, it's like, okay, yeah, it could drop to 2650 and there could be something there. But in the moment you're looking at like, okay, this is what's in front of me. This low's here. What do I see? Like what else do I really see on the chart? I could take action here and see if the market within the next 30 minutes supports my setup, supports what I see, or within the next hour supports what I see, right? There can be like a waiting time. Like you can sit on the charts and it's like, okay, now we're at this low. Like we're testing this low. Maybe we could get a bounce here over the next hour or the next 2 hours. If that holds, if it holds over the next hour, it's like I could look to maybe even hold it longer, like try to see if it keeps going for another hour or two beyond that. It's crazy because at the beginning of the session, you know, I was saying like, 'cause we get on and everybody wants to know what gold's gonna do. I know. Don't worry, we're gonna find something on it. We'll look at it in a minute. But yesterday I said if it was a normal day, like what I would be looking at, and it was pretty on point. Like yesterday I was like, if today was a normal day, I'd just be looking for buys. So sometimes the news is noise. Like it gets in the way. You're like, the news, it could go down, it could go up. What if it brings price down more? I know I was saying if it was a regular day for gold, something like this, we'd be looking for buys. It was in here. This is what I said yesterday on stream. I said, if it was a regular day, I know we got news to be prepared for. We want to be defensive with news. I've just been trading so long, so that's natural. I've had some bad news experiences, to say the least, in 10 years. But I said, if it's a regular day, we come down to test the low, right? If you're paying attention throughout the stream, there's things I'm saying that are gonna happen. There's things I'm saying, like I was saying, we're either gonna push up, which that happened, like the market pumped up and then it ran down, right? It actually came to the low, right? Which is something that we talked about here. And then an hour later, you know, we're talking about the same, you know, the low being tested, right? So yesterday I was saying, I was like, I see buys yesterday, right? I didn't see sells. This is what we went over yesterday. Nothing too complicated, right? The market, what my eyes see is the market flushing down, maybe taking out liquidity, coming to this accumulation here. I did mention that. We have an accumulation here, right? So if you look at gold yesterday, you know, how else could I have called it out better, right? Like what else was there to go over, right? I was saying, like, there's buys. This is what you could be looking at today. This is what I see, right? And then when that came, as the market was coming down to the low, we started looking at it. And I started saying, all right, we could get a reaction here. And then there was one point I said, all right, I'm getting in gold. I'm going to start entering it. Now we're dropping before news. We're dropping before news. Maybe news brings it up today. We have news in an hour. So not only in the morning yesterday, but last night's session, because we did a session last night, right? Both sessions, we went over live analysis, and, you know, gold is pretty on point. Pretty much, guys, if you were on Monday's stream, so to make it simple too, so look at gold. Today's Wednesday. Monday we were here looking for buys. They didn't play out. They did short term. But if you look at, like, there's 8:30, 9:30 window. Yesterday, 8:30, 9:30 window. So the market presented buys yesterday and the day before. Really small, like Monday here. Not, you know, so strong, you could say. The market dragged down until the end of London session. End of London session reverses up. Yesterday, you could see here, you know, you have 8:30, 9:30 yesterday. Market's coming down. Buyers step into the market. So today, like, I'd want to even see, like, now that we're dropping already, it would have been good sells already. It would be good to be in sells already on gold. Because it depends on how this 4-hour closes, really. You got a bearish 4-hour forming at the moment, really high up on gold at the top here. So now, like yesterday, we were testing a low. Today, we're testing this high here. Kind of around the 2700, 2690 area. Yesterday we're testing a low, so if you want to invert it, you know, today we're testing a high point on gold. So it could be some bearish reactions depending on how the news comes out, because the news yesterday, the news was negative for the dollar, and we saw how the dollar ended up trading. That had a negative effect throughout the whole day on the dollar. Today we have a major impact news on the dollar coming out 8:30. So if that has a negative effect again on the dollar, then it could be a buy the dip scenario on gold if it dips down, right? Let's say it's negative again. We may then hunt for buy setups on gold if we get a negative news release, especially if maybe gold dumps down. If we get like a good drop on gold and the news comes out negative for the dollar, then maybe there's some buy setups forming if it prints negative again. Right now it's starting to already pull back for New York session, which is interesting. We had London session all bullish, London trend dipping earlier than I would have liked it to. It would have been nice for this to stay up, but this area like 2668, I think I wrote something in the group the Discord chat. 2668, 2692, that area could hold. That area could hold for bearish. Like we might get spikes up into that area, bearish reaction, spikes up. That would be more like, okay, news is positive for the dollar. Positive news, bearish more for gold. Negative news, bullish more for gold. The buy zones, we gotta wait for those, because when you're looking at them, today's a fundamental day. That's the one thing you gotta understand. Like yesterday, news came out negative, buys stuck yesterday at the low. Today, what if news comes out positive? If news comes out positive, you won't get buy setups, right? So today's a fundamental day. A week like this where there's back to back like major news that hits the market with core PPI news, and then today's CPI. So you have back to back. It's a really fundamental week. So technicals sometimes can get ignored in a week like this where you have some technicals drawn, but then the news comes out opposite to what your technicals are. So it's good to pay attention to the news release on a week like this. Not every week is like this where you got like back-to-back major news like this, but and then even tomorrow we got unemployment claims. So today could still set a trend for tomorrow and Friday, right? Up into Friday. If you pay attention, again, I just, like someone said, I just ran down why it's good to just pay attention, watch, take notes, and we're going to be here live, guys, probably for the next 2 hours. Find something, but right now, depends on the news. Like the 4 hours turning bearish, you could look for sells on gold. I wrote it in the chat not too long ago. If the news comes out positive for DXY, then those sells would be something to look to get out of and probably switch the bias. Because we've been trading up all week. We've been only looking for buys this week on gold. That's all we've been looking for is buy setups, right? All we've been really, if you've been on the streams every week, every day so far, all we've been trying to find is buys on gold, right? So we still don't have to change that bias today. The market could still try to push up on gold. Right now it's consolidating before the news. Right, break and retest here happening on the 5 minute. But right now we're getting some consolidation before news. Probably get some push up then from the looks of it here. That would be a buy scenario. Scalping right now or pre-news. Another buy scenario would be if the market just flushes out, right? If we get a big flush out, 15-30 minutes after the news, we're looking for buys after. So buy scenarios, you have aggressive one right now, more near term. Maybe that takes you up into the highs more, right? Well, you can see how the chart is doing. We're consolidating. We have the 30-minute pulling back here, engulfing candlestick, coming back to that, right? So we're getting a retest right here. You can break it down to a 15-minute. You can see some wick forming here. So it could be a little pop up back into this zone, even before the news. Or if you remember yesterday, what did the market do on impact? It just pushed up and then dumped. If you remember yesterday, I was kind of seeing the same thing, right? I was saying it looks like it's going to push up. It pumped, but then dumped, right? And then reversed after. So if we look at yesterday's news, that's what yesterday's news did. It pumped up really quickly, but then dragged down for a bit. Reversal down here. So really quickly. It kind of looks bullish on the consolidation right now, I agree. If you're looking at the 15-minute, 30-minute, we have an engulfing candle right here. So if we look at this, if you're on last night's stream, really interesting, because last night's stream, we had a similar candle on the 15-minute. Engulfing candle, there's buyers. We're getting a small retracement, bottom wicks forming here. So scalping wise, you have maybe some bullish momentum forming here in the market. Looks like a consolidation. Little trend line there. 5-minute. Looks like we could potentially pop up, right? That's buys. That's buys. You're looking at maybe right now before the news takes up, keeps continuing. Or on news, price flushes out. And we wait. We don't really have to guess. That's the great thing about news is you don't have to always guess where price is going to go. Like, you can literally just wait 15 minutes after the news and see where price is, and then calculate your decisions from there. You're making calculated and educated decisions in the market, right? So like, you don't always know what the market's going to do before the news. Like yesterday, it pumped up and it dumped down. 15 minutes after, 30 minutes after, maybe gives you some breathing room to just say, okay, this is where the market is now. It could maybe go from here. But yeah, when you're looking at the market right now for gold, consolidation forming, that's an engulfing candle. So where we were yesterday, for instance, we had one of those similar candles. We were on stream here yesterday, last night, engulfing candle. A little trading here, and we talked about it last night on stream. A lot of times when you get a candle like this, maybe at a low, it shows you buyers stepped in, right? Markets typically retrace that type of candle, whether it's on like a 15-minute, a 30-minute, or even a 1 hour. So when I'm looking at the 30 right now, I'm seeing an engulfing candle right there, right? I'm seeing an engulfing candle that just pumped up, and markets just retrace that. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I see like buyers could still maintain the market here until the news, or even maybe pump up on the news. After news it sells. That's why on a day like today, there's many scenarios, guys. When you've been trading as long as I have, there's plenty of scenarios. So I just keep it simple on a day like today. If you looked at yesterday, I waited after the news. I made like 3,400 on that gold trade yesterday. Had to sit there for 2 hours chilling, right? Could have made way more if I held, but that's that. Yeah, right now, consolidation, pre-news consolidation. Market's either setting up for sells or one more big pump up. My plan, so if you're familiar with my sessions, my plan, wait 15, 30 minutes after the news and gonna look for a setup after then. Because it still looks like this could break out. Still looks like this could try to break out. Still looks like it's like trying to hold this area, like there could be a breakout, and that could happen on the news. But yeah, we're testing the high like yesterday. I wonder how news is going to come out. What do you guys think today? What's your guys' opinion for the market? How long do you think someone needs to master emotions? That could take time. I mean, going through some experiences takes time. I mean, personal development helps a lot. I think reading books, staying more personally developed. Mastering emotions can take years. Like, you build rhino skin. You might, over time, you might build thicker skin, right? Over time. I think it's something that always progresses, mastering your emotions in trading, because as you reach new levels, you deal with new emotions as well. Maybe as you maybe get better at trading, or you get more riskier, you have bigger trades. So as the bar increases, like you know, you go from taking $10 trades, $5 trades, $20, $50 trades, and then you're taking $1,000 trades. The motions can change there along the way up. So it could take time. I think there's some good books, Trading in the Zone. Yeah, usually on a day like today, I'll be London bullish, New York bearish, like easy if there was no CPI. Like CPI is pretty noisy for the market. And 2700 up here. Today will probably move more than yesterday. $26.80. You can see back here we just pumped up. We got $26.90 here. If you look left, that's pretty much like where we closed below. $26.90 right there. Candles spiked above it, almost hit 2,700. Couldn't close above there to the left. $26.90. $10 down is $26.80. $26.75. That would be if we get enough volume to dump on the news down. That would be like, because you can see that red candlestick here, where last night we started some bullish movement, bearish candle, and then after that engulfs. Why does New York end up doing the opposite of London? It ends up retracing, like volume switches over. It's just a behavior of the market, like the volume switches over. I look at the market as it's like scheduled, like the market moves how it wants, it's like us humans, we have a daily routine. It's like a schedule for the market. It's called the London retracement, like the volume from London often gets retraced. Yeah, 2680 down here. I think when we look at the 4 hour, like we just almost hit 2690. Couldn't get above there. Break and retest. That's if news is negative for the dollar. If it dumps and news is negative for the dollar, that would be nice. Like we get a negative news for the dollar, but gold drops down, comes down maybe to like you can see down here where we broke out of 2680, 2675 zone, which is that last like 4 hour area where we moved. If we can get a big drop down today, that would be nice, because that would probably give us like a reversal setup if we get a dump down. $26.90, break above, retest potentially. We got time, guys. Market, there's no setups right now. Like yesterday, like there's gonna be sessions. This is the thing about trading. There's gonna be sessions you get on, boom, there's a setup. There's gonna be sessions you get on and you gotta wait. That's why I would say plug in every day, because last night there were setups as well. There's gonna be sessions, you pull up the chart, and I know everybody wants to know what's the signal right now. I wish there was a signal right now, but I don't want to get caught in the mix of the news and see the wrong signal before the news. There's gonna be days you get on the chart, you pull up the chart, and it's boom. easy sells coming or easy buys coming today. I want to see how the news triggers the market. Like yesterday, it was good to wait 30 minutes, like an hour after the news. And there was a good buy setup about an hour after the news yesterday on gold. But gold was trading lower. Now gold's trading higher for the day. Key levels. So if you're new to gold, we can do a little bit of training a little bit before the news because we have time, honestly. Sometimes the news is noise. That's what I refer it to as news, sometimes noise. So $10 levels. That could be like right now if you put 26.90, that's a $10 level. So you might have saw not too long ago I just started putting these levels on the chart. So those would be $10 levels for gold. Those work really good day in, day out, kind of like as supply and demand zones, walls for the market. So if you mark up the chart and you go $10, we can go above $10, 2,700. All right, we can go 2670 down here. Easy way to just mark up your chart real quick with key levels, key price levels. Some people like to refer to these as institutional levels, right? I just call them whole numbers, psychological levels. To each, it's kind of one of everything. Like they could be support and resistance levels. Some people just like to call them psychological, institutional levels. So, what I like to do, clear up the chart sometimes, or just leave them there. Or honestly, you can just leave them on the chart and not move them, right? Every day the market will touch these levels. They're $10 apart, so you know it's not that far of a distance for gold, really. Gold can move a lot, but it's a decent distance to kind of level out on your chart. It's $10 zones equally. So if you look at, for instance, kind of this week's flow of the market, let's go to a line chart real quick. So if you look at the line chart, and I'll move the camera over real quick. If you look at the line chart real quick here, so the bottom is 2660. $26.70, $26.80, $26.90. So if you look at the flow of gold here, if you look at the flow of price, you got $10 level, $10 level, pulls back. So what's this? That's a $5 level. If you want to kind of direct your eyes to the right here, you might be able to see 2665 in the middle. Just gonna look at the flow of the structure here on price. It pushes up 2680. You can see we pretty much almost tapped that, and the market comes back 2670. Now we've pushed up 2690, suggesting maybe even we pull down to 2680 again, or even lower today. So if you look at the line chart and you look at where you look at the middle points, like right here. Let's mark this red. And the middle point, like right here. What levels are those? That's $5, right? When you're looking at this, that's 2665, so that's a $5 level. When you're looking at this, that's around 2675 in here, kind of in the middle between the $10 level, right? Sometimes, honestly, like I tell people, you got to trust them. Like I trust price. I've practiced a lot taking trades at price, small accounts, just to get confident at that reaction, you know, holding it, I've practiced a lot on small accounts way back in the day, 6 years ago, right? Like, even practiced on demo accounts just on MT5, MT4 on the phone, just like on the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, just practicing when the market hits price, watching the candlesticks between different time frames when it hits price. So that's a good question. Someone asked in the chat, how do you know your entry at these key areas? So it's kind of navigating through also different time frames when the market's at these areas, like navigating through the different time frames from the top to bottom and trying to see what I can find in the market. Like, what can I spot? Overall, the market's really sensitive to these prices at times because they do act like institutional levels. You can see yesterday the market does touch 2670 here. That's where we took a trade last night on the live stream. So a good way to kind of see, like, okay, where are we? Where could we maybe go with the key levels? And you can plot them on your chart and get kind of a good grid. It kind of helps create a good grid on the chart, right? One of my favorite things to wait for is candlestick closure. Like, if you were on last night, you would have seen me just flipping through different time frames. I was going through the 30 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute, 30. I was just flipping through different time frames, checking out the candles and talking about candlestick closure. Waiting for a candlestick to even close could confirm direction for the market. For instance, we were on this candle last night. That candle, that one candle, confirmed direction for the rest of the hours of the market. Yesterday morning, we were on this candle. That candle confirmed direction. Right now, this hangman, this is a bearish hangman on the 1 hour. That's confirming direction right now for the hour. You can see. You just gotta, so when you look at, so what I like to wait for is what I'm teaching right now. But throughout different time frames, I'm really good at seeing it on a 30 minute or a 15 minute or 4 hour. So sometimes like the 1 hour, it's really clear, like this. For instance, see spinning top here, next candlestick, bearish. That candlestick confirmed direction for the next 2 hours, right? So candlestick closure was something I was talking about yesterday because someone even asked a similar question last night. Like, how do you confirm entry when you're looking at price? A lot of times it's candlestick closure, right? That's one of the key things, all right, that I'll focus on. I have a video on YouTube too that talks about it. I have a YouTube video that does go over it actually, where I'm talking about, I made one candlestick video so far on YouTube. I could make like 10 of these, all right? So for instance, that video, I talk about a little bit what I'm talking about right now. Candlestick closure. So we're getting dips. So it might be buys today for news, like after news. Like if this just dumps today, then maybe 15, 30 minutes after news, we see a buy. I did say if you're in the Discord chat, I did say it looked like sells a little bit going into New York. We got some degens in the Discord. We got some people named Evan. I saw someone named Evan. Some people are selling gold this morning. Hop in the Discord. I'm gonna make another Discord chat that's charts only. I'm gonna make it charts only. Don't be posting no foo-foo charts, right? Post some good clean charts. Someone posted a good like markup yesterday on NZDUSD in the chat. Like I saw how they wrote it up. I was like, that was clean how they wrote it up. Good write-up. We'll make a charts only chat today, so it's not all, cause yeah, the chat's going. So when you're looking at candlesticks, it can be closure. Like a candlestick closure, I think it's good to start on the 4 hour if you're new. Start on the 4 hour, start on the 1 hour, and then start to go to the 30 minute when you look for candlestick closure. 4 hours good to start out because it's a really clear time frame to see. It's not as messy as a 5 minute or a 15 minute or even at times a 30 minute. So the 1 hour, 4 hour can be a bit more clean where a candlestick closing at a higher point or a lower point can help confirm the next set of candlesticks direction, right? So like the last candlestick we just had, we call that a bearish hangman. It has the wick at the bottom, small body. That's called a hangman candlestick right there. The last one that just is behind us. This current one has 11 minutes. See how that one sets pretty much the path for the current candlestick? That could continue. This candlestick could set the path for the next candlestick, right? And you see another drop on the next candlestick. So candlestick closure is like one of the things I really wait for around price, and I'm good at reacting to and seeing with my time spent on the chart as well, right? Like last night, we were literally on this candle on the live session, and we were talking about like this 1 hour looks like it could close bullish. That could confirm the next 1 hour goes up. After that, there's a consolidation, and this just trades up into London. So right now, it's at 85. So if you're wondering, like, okay, it's just kind of tapping here. It's because it's kind of at a midway point. So it's in the middle right now of your $10 level. These are key levels, like $5 is in the middle. These are really good for scalping, right? Finding quick entries too that they can hold. Like in the middle, you have your fives, right? In the middle, you're gonna have your fives. When your midway point is your fives, right? Midway point is your fives. Now, when you look at this on the 1 hour, it doesn't really look like much with the fives. But when you look at it on a 4 hour, you can see the market really closes even above some of these 5 levels. The fives work really good for scalping the market. Like right now, if you're looking at gold, it's just playing ping pong. Like if you look at where the support is right now, it's off of this $5 level, 26.85 here. So it's just bouncing off of it right now, bouncing off of that $5 level, kind of playing ping pong off of it. So $5 levels are really kind of in the middle, but good for scalping. Like you'll see a lot of price action similar way. I like to mark the 10. Like right now, it's looking like we're above 26.80. If you look, where was the last resistance really formed? Kind of here on the 1 hour, right? So that's kind of in the middle of 26.80, 26.75 on gold. You can see the last resistance we really made was down here. So we want to be cautious today because we don't want to get wicked out or anything. CPI is a big day. This is a big day that you kind of like some traders don't like this day because it's like it's like I said yesterday, like news can be noise for some traders, even me at times. I like my just simple London strategy, New York strategy when there's like no crazy noise. Like I'd say my favorite news event, and it's not too crazy, is unemployment claims. That'll be my favorite news event. I like unemployment claims because it happens frequently. It happens frequently enough that it's not like, okay, it happens once a month. Whoa, this is gonna, what's gonna happen, right? It happens frequently enough with this event on the Thursdays. I've got some good moves selling gold before that event when London's pushing up into New York. I think that one's easier to trade into and be in a trade before because it's not as like it's easier to guess at times, or it's not as crazy as like some of these news events. But right now it's tapping that 5. You can see we're kind of just in the middle, which is like a scalping level, a $5 level, right? You say candle closure can confirm a few things. Like I wrote some stuff in the Discord yesterday. Maybe I can find it just so I don't have, just so, because off the top of my head here, so people are asking about this yesterday. So like candlestick closure for any time frame, right? For any time frame, like identifying market direction, so they show if the market is going bullish or down bearish, right? Or spotting reversals. Certain candlestick patterns can signal when the market might change direction. So we got 2 videos on that. That right there, if you go to my YouTube, we got 2 videos on that with candlesticks. Reading market sentiment. Candlesticks tell you if buyers or sellers are in control of the market. And then also finding key levels of support and resistance. Like something like, let's go to a 4 hour, for instance. Something like this over here would be like a key support area. This 4 hour candle. Way down there would be like a key support area on gold. Spotting key areas of like support and resistance in a candle. There's more, like, you know, candlestick closures means the candle like has finished forming and locked in the final price. It just overall, like right here, helps us confirm market direction. It just gives you real clarity of, okay, what are sellers or buyers more in control. So if you start on the daily and you look at the chart, buyers are in control. If you're looking at a daily, buyers are currently in control, right? When you're looking at daily, currently buyers are in control. If you're going to a 4 hour now, buyers are still more in control, but on the current candle, sellers may be taking over, right? You're going to a 1 hour, maybe there's some selling activity coming into the market after this strong rally. Different time frames though, like for instance, like yesterday we were here, that candle, for instance, confirms all this. Like look at this note here. Identifying market direction, spotting reversals, market sentiment. So like the market's dropping 1, 2, 3 hours, right? That candlestick right there, pop. Look to the left. What do you see to the left here? A support candle. That red candle, that's support right there. Why? Because it's a bearish candle, but after, the market just rallies up higher. You have a bearish candle here, followed by a bullish engulfing candlestick. That rallies the market higher. There's support right here that the market's trading into. This candlestick confirms, you know, okay, buyers are in control right here. We could keep rallying from there. There's times where situations like this can happen right here. I thought we'd be bullish here. You know, that looked like a bullish sentiment to me. It didn't play out. But when you look at, okay, what happens later down here? Look at this candle. This candle, after we drag down more, after that candle confirms a market sentiment. So I mean, like, and we even come right back to that candle yesterday, right? If you look at this bullish candle, we come back to it. We rally up higher. Market tries to trade back into that candle, misses it halfway. We're trading up. So when we look right here, there's a support candle right here on the 1 hour where I'm circling, and way down here there's support. So if we're able to flush down back, maybe buy setups, we can wait. If the market does this today, we could wait for that, you know. If you look at where the buying, we got buying down here, which is that 4 hour, right? See that 4 hour candle? Stay plugged into the streams. You plug in with me, I'll teach you how to read the charts like a robot eventually, or an alien. Eventually you'll be trading in your sleep. Stay plugged in. We got what? A little over 30 minutes till the news. Discord channel, let me put it in the chat. Actually, I'll pin it real quick. It's pinned in the chat. Join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. We just started streaming. Last couple of weeks, we'll be live here every single day, all 2025. If you guys are getting value, smash the like button as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. There's a schedule for the streams. It's in the Discord. Like, go to announcements, read the announcements. Like, go through everything. Like, take your time. There's a lot of info. Schedule. We'll be live here every day. This is the schedule for now. Probably leave it like this for the next month or two. I said last night on the session. So instead of 8 p.m., 8:30. 8 p.m. is a little too early. It's better to go on the market a little later. But eventually I'm going to change that time or add to this and do London session. If you're on last night, I was saying some things. What pages to follow for crypto? I mean, crypto research. I've made some training videos on that I have in the hard drive. I have like an hour training on that, on how I do my research. I have a big hard drive of trainings, to be honest. That's a good question. Like, I could show you on a different session. Like, I want to focus on gold for the next like 30-40 minutes, hour. I could do like a good training on that. Real quick though, like this is a good website. I mentioned this yesterday morning. Cointelegraph, pretty good website that you could go to and start from there. Even follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, go to my Instagram bio, follow me on Twitter, and look at the pages I repost. So follow me on Twitter, look at the pages that I repost. Because all I post on my Twitter is just crypto stuff. Because all I use Twitter for is crypto. So if you go on my Twitter, maybe some of those pages, like Bitcoin Magazine's a good one. This page is good. Like you could see, like just in the past couple of hours, 3 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 9 hours ago, 17 hours ago, XRP. So there's XRP news. XRP's looking nice. So there's been like a big amount of transactions like filling up with XRP. You can see this. So like some info you can gather. Like you can gather info from here, and then you can go to Twitter and even look up this info. Like if you see like some like Solana ETF news on here, you can go on Twitter, type in Solana ETF news. You'll see a lot of like community information, opinions. Good place to start. Yeah, maybe we gotta flush out on the news. Takes out the buyers. Because sellers are in right now. Sellers are in control on this 4 hour currently. So with the 4 hour, it's like if this 4 hour were to close bearish, it's like we would think the next one drops. If this 4 hour closes bear and stays up here. We're getting a big dump before news. Yeah, it might be buys on news then. We're dropping before news. It might be buys setting up before news then. We're dropping before news. What did we do yesterday? Was it dropping before news yesterday and pumped up on the news? It might be could be a pump up on the news. Might be looking for some buys today. 2680. That's why I like to put these whole numbers, because it kind of gives you like a grid. Like, okay, I see 2680 here. Interesting, broke above here. There was a test. Maybe we come down, test 2680, 2675 area. Could be buys setting up for gold. A friend of mine was refused from his own bank to, yeah, that's normal. I've gone to a bank and tried to take out $5,000 in cash, and they looked at me like I'm a criminal. I'm like, bro, it's 5 G's. Like, that's my rent. I mean, when you look at like JP Morgan, it's funny enough. Like, go on last night's stream. We're not going to talk about crypto on this stream. We probably will at the end. We'll talk about crypto at the end. Last night's stream, we talked about crypto, and yesterday morning, because there's a lot of news. So if you go on yesterday morning stream and last night's stream, I gave you guys a lot of news to kind of look at. But one thing I'll say about crypto is it's interesting how this happens. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon labels Bitcoin as a Ponzi scheme. And then on the other hand, JP Morgan predicts Solana and XRP ETFs could attract 3 to 8 billion in new investments if approved with the SEC. So what a way to create like a buy situation. Wow. Because whales have been buying. If you want more info on this, go on last night's stream and yesterday morning stream. We talked about like pretty much like an hour worth of information. So there's enough on those two streams. We'll do another update like this tonight. Even HBAR, big day for HBAR yesterday. If you know about HBAR, they had a big day. HBAR is making history. Yesterday, they powered the first 6 satellites launched by SpaceX 2025. So that's some interesting news for HBAR. Check out yesterday's streams, because we got a lot to watch today on the market. And some good news there. And I'll cover some more tonight. But that's just one thing I want to say. That's interesting. The shakeout, right? we talked about the shakeout yesterday. So this is that final shakeout before February, March boom. Go to my Instagram, and there's a little logo you can find on my Instagram. There's a link in my bio. I'll just put it in the chat. It's L Crypto or Crying Crypto, Crying_Crypto1. Yeah, this is a shakeout. This is the final shakeout happening. Like, it could still shake out even more before January 20th, but yesterday's news was negative. Yesterday's news was negative on the dollar, and you saw how Bitcoin reacted to that. What if we get a negative print today and tomorrow? Like, what if we get a negative, news today? Bitcoin could pump to that. Might be interesting, or it dumps to pump. Right now, the market's in like dump to pump situation. It's like, okay, if we dump, wait for the next. It'll pump, right? It's been shaking, a lot of shakeout, so it's good. It's good to see. Right now, I got looking for buys at either 95K on Bitcoin for trading wise, like a reaction there, or I mentioned this on stream last night, down in this 92,590 area for a bigger move. So right now we broke above 95,000. So institutional levels for Bitcoin. We went over this yesterday on the morning session. So we got some levels marked here for Bitcoin. 95, we just broke above 95. We're holding above it. If we can get a retest of 95,000, that would be a good setup. That could be another thing to watch today, another market to watch today, right? You could watch the Bitcoin today. You could see where we made resistance, institutional level, 97,500. That's another type of institutional level. For Bitcoin is the 500s. Well, every 2,500 of these, like I just did for gold. Do I still have it marked on gold? Every $10. We can do the same for Bitcoin. We can do the same for Ethereum. We can do the same for currency pairs, indices. Any market will have institutional numbers, psychological numbers, people like to call them, right? Whole numbers, okay? So gold looks like it's trying to come to that 2680. There's a previous resistance there, a bit below. We can see that's around 2675, 2680 zone. It looks like it's trying to maybe find some buys in there, that zone. Looks like dip before the news. Maybe news we take up today. So like I just kind of did with gold, is sell. It's already selling off right now, so I wouldn't get in a sell right now. Like I would have wanted, like I mentioned in the chat, 2688, 2692 before I got on, because I was looking at it like, damn, this thing might drop already. So I quickly wrote in the chat just in case. I was like, no way it's going to drop before 7 a.m. Come on. I was like, nah. And it did. It already started dropping before I got on. I think we might be setting up for buys before the news or on the news. Maybe the news pumps up. Like we're getting a correction here. That could potentially take us up. It's a risky setup, but that's what the technicals are showing right now. It's a risky setup. It could flush out and form the same setup 15-30 minutes after the news. So be prepared for that. Maybe a buy setup. What do you guys see? I'm showing you guys what I see. If you're a trader and you understand the basics, you might be able to see what I see here. Maybe a retest to 2680. Yeah, maybe we're getting a buy setting up for news. For news, if I'm gonna trade before news, I do light risk just in case like I have to take a trade after, because news can always do anything. So if you're ever trading news and let's say you usually risk like $100 on a trade, it's better to go lighter risk. Like I would go like $20 risk on a trade or something, like lighter risk. But this is what I see. It looks like we might be setting up for buys, to be honest. Maybe pre-news, like it could dip. Two scenarios I'd like to see is either you're taking a buy setup a bit before the news and market on impact goes up. Or second scenario would be market drops for the first 5-15 minutes of the news. Look for a reversal. GJ. I went over GJ last night because 2 people were asking. This is what I covered last night on GJ. Let's see where it's at. Okay, it's in this zone. This is what we went over on GJ. 50% fib being tapped. Boom, boom. Little tap here. So there's some liquidity. It could drive down and still go up. GJ. If you look left on GJ, GJ looks like this. Like on the daily, GJ at an interesting area on the daily. What I saw last night, I marked this up last night, and let me take a look at this. %. Tapped once, high, tapped again. So there is liquidity here. A common pattern in the market could be, you know, you get your run up, tap, tap, right? Run down, boom, right? Or like what I see, because 50% fib, 50% here got tapped. $50% is holding. So to me, it looks more like, okay, it pushed up. It's trying to find some demand, like to go up. Potentially, for me. Risky situation. There could be an after news scenario. Like you're basically, in a scenario like this, you're hoping impact is negative for the dollar, right? I don't like to use the word hope in trading, but that's what you're basically betting on, in the sense of, okay, if I see buys right now, right, I understand news could come out and drive price down and form buys after news. But the FOMO for most traders with news is like, what if it makes the move that I see right now and I'm not in the trade? You know, what if I see a buy right now and I'm not in and it goes up hundreds of pips and I'm not in the trade? That's the FOMO part for most traders, right? That's why, like, I've been going over that new strategy this week, because after my years of trading, I realized the best strategy is the 15-30 minute waiting strategy. But a day like today, I actually do see buys forming a bit before news and sort of setting up here. This is what I see on gold. Just went 2 5-minute buy scalps. Look at you. Look at you. Wow. I had a good week from last week. Like, I'm up on the year so far. You know. Let me see. 14K month so far trading. If I held gold buys, it would be blessed. But it's been good so far. Don't want to get greedy. I plan to do a withdraw. Maybe after today too, because I want to buy some crypto. It's been a good 2 weeks. Like last week, I didn't trade all December, so I barely, end of November, barely traded. Didn't trade all December. First week of January, man. So last week was like the first like normal trading week. It felt like, in this week for me in a little bit. That's what I'm seeing on gold. Maybe even like if news is negative for dollar, we get break and retest continuation. That would be bullish bias for gold. Right now, it looks like it's trying to push up. After news, it will retest 50% on Monday. 26.75 Monday. Where's Monday? After news, retest. Okay, I see what you're saying. 2675, that's down here. Yeah, I kind of see that key area, because if you go, like, if you look at the last resistance, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's where that candle is. If you look at that 1 hour, there's a consolidation candle right there that after just broke out right there on the 1 hour. When you go to a 4 hour, that's also a much bigger candle there, where there was volume coming into the market to push this up. So I see, yeah, I agree. 75, like, it could be a big zone that if we get a drop down to up. It could be like yesterday, like, it's like yesterday I saw it. Remember yesterday I saw it spiking up before news, right? But then it dumped right after, and then went up after. So notice that. So scenario, because I'm gonna put this in my journal, in my news folder. What happened yesterday? News came out negative. So what would you think? Gold buys, right? So news scenario to remember. You want to remember this for the future, because news was negative yesterday. So what would you think? Gold buys, right? It dumped, created the buy. News was negative yesterday for the dollar. Bad news for the dollar yesterday. Gold dumped to create the buy. No Forex Monday. Yeah, the only thing that's open is crypto. So anyone who wants to trade on Monday is going to be trading crypto. Like, crypto's probably going to move a lot all next week, yo. They're gonna do some crypto stuff at Trump's inauguration. I saw it on here. So this is what news will fake out, because this is what used to happen to me. I would be like, news came out negative, it has to be a buy, and then it drives down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's dropping. Wait, what if it's a sell? But they create these scenarios, right? I like buys today, but anything could happen. We'll stay grounded. I'm looking like buys right now, heading into news. I wish it came down to 2680 there. What's USD CAD saying? Pulling back. USD CAD spiked up yesterday on the news and then dumped. I would want like maybe a similar situation on USD CAD. USD CAD, that's been nice. Trying to see if that can drop on the monthly. Like, literally been looking for sells on USD CAD. Not the best entry right now. It could just dump down, but you wouldn't want to sell here. It's pretty aggressive. Like yesterday, USD CAD spiked up and then it dumped all day. Maybe that happens today with USD CAD. Another spike up, dump. Bitcoin 95K. I'd like to see maybe we hit 95K. If not, we just go up and break 97,500. You can see how the institutional levels work with Bitcoin as well, like how I just drew with gold moments ago. I need water. I gotta grab some water. Water break. 2-minute water break here. I need parched. Man's been talking. So yeah, I have a big brain, guys. Like, I know a lot of information. So stick with me for a year, and you'll be like, well, I'll shorten your learning curve. Trust me. So institutional levels of Bitcoin are 90,000, like every $2,500. Because Bitcoin's really volatile, so it's good to give ourselves a distance. We don't want to be too close. Like if you're scalping, that's a whole nother training. These are good levels, kind of like what I do with gold, like with the 25s or the 10s, right? It has a good separation, is what I mean. It's not too close. There's a good distance, so it's not like it's always going to be touching an institutional level. There's different types of institutional levels for Bitcoin when it comes to scalping, but these are some of the main ones you want to be looking at every $2,500, right? So when you're looking at the price of Bitcoin, you can see 95,000 right now. We broke above it, right? We had resistance there. We were below it. 95. You have 92,500 here, and then it broke down and it went to 90,000 flat, and then we ran up. So we have some accumulate. You can see what's happening here in price. The sideways, da 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 da. Ka-cha. You see it? Well, 25 is your quarters. I think those would be good swing levels for gold. $10 on gold can be kind of like daily. But when you're looking at Bitcoin, like for instance, 95, if we look at the left, 95, when we get above 95, what happened last? So if we look at the 95 price level, here, for instance, you could see similar price action on there where we broke above 95, right? And then there was this shallow pullback here, and then we broke above this, and then we continued. So you see some nice, interesting price action there happening around these levels. Kind of like right now, we just tapped 97,500, right? And we're above 95,000. So maybe we go back to 95, or we break above this, retest, continue. But these are good levels to kind of just keep as a grid on your chart for Bitcoin, even similar to like what we do on gold, or what you can do on gold, or even currency pairs. So for today, like I'd be wanting to see if 95 gets tapped, or if you're looking at Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's the market you're watching today, this is some key things to kind of just monitor for. 97,500 could hold, like you could drop down to there. So that's an institutional level. There's resistance there. You can see already building up. If it doesn't break down, if it doesn't break above that, if it holds that, you'll get some sells. Probably down to 95. That's how that works with Bitcoin. You can practice that on your own. Go on your charts, mark it up, study other parts of the chart. Like go to the chart and look at other parts of the chart and kind of just look at the price action around these levels. 95 is a key level. You can see where you had some buyers come into the market, step into the market, right? You can see a very key level, 95 there, right? Many times actually, when you stretch out that 95, you can see the market's been bought off of there several times. So go. We're above that. Maybe we can get a pullback to it. I'd let it come. I wouldn't chase price. I'd let it maybe 2680, 2675 area for gold. I think there's indicators that mark whole numbers, so you can make one. I'll try to make one. I just mark them simple. Once you do it enough times, like you do it several times, practice it enough, it becomes quick, pretty intuitive. Well, once you do it several times, it becomes pretty quick and nothing too crazy. Indicators, I don't know. I'll have to look if there is any indicators. How do I use my stop loss? Different ways. It depends on I was explaining this last night too on the stream, because people ask that question every stream. Depends on what's in front of me, and I like to look at structure. But I don't just so I scale in a trade. If I'm looking for a buy on gold, and I understand it could move up from here or come down to here and make the same move, I scale into bigger moves that I see like this for the day. So I won't, let's say for instance, I'll draw it out first and then go over the charts. Let's say like gold is pushing up, the market's pushed up, and it's come down and maybe pushed up again. And I like a buy setup maybe here, around this area. I see an area, a price area, that I think the market could come back to for buys, right? And the move that I'm looking to see to come out of there is up to here, right? So let's say I'm going to trade with 2 lots. I'm not just going to put 2 lots right here and put my stop loss here. I'm going to start to average into that 2 lot position. I might start with a 0.2. So I'm identifying like how much am I risking today? How much lots am I going to use for this trade? Like I'm measuring that in a sense of am I putting 2 lots, 3 lots, 4 lots, 1 lot, right? Am I going light? Am I going heavier risk? How much do I want to risk? Am I risking $2,000 on the trade? So on 2 lots, that would be equal to 100 pips, right? If I was entering here at 1 price and putting my 2 lots at 1 price, that would be 100 pip stop loss for my $2,000, right? So I'm not doing that. I'm starting off with a 0.2, right? That 0.2, it could be $100. It could be, you know, $200. That 0.2 is not going to hit $2,000 risk. If I let a 0.2 hit $2,000 risk, I'm a degenerate, right? That 0.2 might maximum risk on that first 0.2 might be $200. Max risk on the first 0.2. I might add if price goes against me, I'm gonna add another 0.2. So now I have 2 0.2s in the position. Total, I'm 0.4. Right? So I like to scale into my trades for gold. I like to scale into zones. Right? Add in, so it adds up. So it's like this, like one stop loss could be here, where okay, $200 for this position might be all the way down here. $200 for this position might be a bit further. So it's like as I scale in, it's like that max risk for each entry is you know, it might be this entry is going to be 200, but this one might be like 180 now because it's a bit lower, right? And then if market goes against me, I might enter like a 0.4 where I'm a bit bigger now, still looking for that same move out of price to make that same move. But I could be using structure as a stop loss, like looking behind me. And in the case of gold, when you're using structure on gold, whether you're using the 4 hour or the 1 hour, previous structure can be sometimes pretty far on gold. It can be average 80 to 100 pips, sometimes more. So if it's like 120 pips, I want to scale into that where it's like, okay, one entry is 120 pips, one entry is 80 pips, one entry might be 60, 70, 80 pips, right? Where I'm scaling into that average stop loss, if that makes sense. Does that make any sense? I think I made a training video on this topic on YouTube. Right now, you could probably start scaling in like as it goes lower before news. If you're looking for a trade to news light, like I would, if you're scaling in and looking for news buys, I would scale in light because we could have a setup after news if it flushes down. So like something like this, like we could be looking for a drive up maybe to 2690, but price could go from here, or we might have more entries along the way here. So I'd be like okay, where's 100 pips from here? That's down here. Previous structure, if you look at this chart, where's previous structure? Right here. It's pretty far. 2670. So the safe the safe distance right now is 2670. Right? That's pretty far. Right? I wouldn't want to just put 5 lots right now, 2 lots right now, right? Maybe I can hold that same position, get some little profit, or if the market runs, find better entries. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat, because people always ask me that, because if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I post my screenshots of trades a lot, and you'll see a lot of times I have multiple entries. Or brace yourself for impact. Brace yourself for impact. I'm going to go away for 1 minute, guys. I'll leave the screen on here. I'll be back in literally 30 seconds, alright? I'm gonna go grab some water, grab a drink here. Smash the like button if you guys are enjoying this session, especially if you guys want me to keep doing these sessions every day. If you enjoy these, hope you guys are getting value so far. When will we be done? Who knows? We could be done in 2 hours. Who knows? Yesterday we were on for 3 hours. I'll be back. Bear with me for 1 minute. I'll be real quick. Gonna go to the fridge quick. what's the market's gonna do? Oh, I usually get more than 1-to-1 though, because gold moves. Like I catch moves. I'm about making money. Like I catch moves. I catch the moves. I catch the moves. It's about what your risk is, what you're calculating your risk. So the risk goes up over time, right? For me, it works. It's what I like to do. Scale into some moves, and then you get that bigger move. At times, the distance, like you don't have a distance that's like it's gonna be 50 pips every time. Sometimes it can be 50 pips. Sometimes it can be 100 pips. Sometimes it can be less or more. Like if you're really trying to, like for me, if I'm really trying to catch a move on gold, I like to have, you know, some breathing room and hold that move through. Not be so worried about getting stopped out, wicked out. Alright, news about to hit. Where did I put my phone? It would be buys. Does it break 26.90 though? Is the question. How did it come out? Let's see. Was it negative for the dollar? That's important. Wednesday, negative. Same. So same isn't necessarily good. Negative release here on core CPI. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So we got a negative release for the dollar. Gold may push up then. Yeah, we're gonna probably push up because yesterday's news was negative and today's news. Well, there go the buys. Damn. Anyway, little guys. Damn, I should have put one lot. Tell me when I go small, like little baby lots, man, I catch the finest moves. Every time. News is negative for the dollar, so since yesterday's print was negative and today's print, oh, if anyone's in USD CAD, USD CAD is melting. Let's go. UCAD, what did UCAD do? Yeah, boom. I called that out, man. Anyone in, oh, I hope some of you guys took USD CAD, man. I called that out before the week started. Yeah, gold will probably try to break and continue trend today. Like, news came out negative. We saw the buys. Saw the buys setting up. I wish it came down to 26.80. I would have smacked it there with like a couple 0.2s. I got some 005s in there. It may stick since the news was negative. How did the news came out negative today? News came out negative yesterday. Negative release there. What is this? Empire State Manufacturing Index. Again, another negative, I guess. Ooh, anybody catch? Anybody catch her? Anybody catch her? I hope so. We were right. We had the right idea today. Jenga moves. Oh, we were right about that today. Sells? No, wait. No, you don't want to sell. No. Chill. It's not like that now. I know. Wait. If anything, wait till like 2700. Wait for this to extend more. It's only 3 minutes after the news. It's not going to be like yesterday because yesterday was negative and today was negative. So may just try to trend up more and keep that direction. But chill on sells for now. Might go up to like 2700, 2695 area. Or try to find continuation. Maybe like continuation, like retrace this move, maybe continue it. Like maybe it's initial move up, pull back, continuation, because the news did come out negative. Like pull back to the news move, retrace the news move, maybe react off of it. It could try to continue price. We'll see. We're going to watch it for the next 15-30 minutes, see what price does here. Like if you're looking at this is pulling back, so you have initial news move, first pullback. It could try to continue since, like yesterday, if you remember, yesterday's news was negative. And what did gold end up doing the whole day? Go up. Today we got another negative print, so that just continues more damage onto yesterday's news. So it could try to continue. Could try to continue up. Big liquidity sweep there on the highs, but we just printed this high. We could try to keep continuing for the day. Like, think about yesterday. Yesterday was like the first news. It printed negative. It pumped up first, then went down, but all day went up. Today's news is also negative, so 2 back-to-back negative news for the dollar. That could, you know, hold its sentiment. That might be a sentiment factor. Let's keep an eye on price. 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 Selling the pullback, nice. A lot of times you get news candle, depending on the sentiment. Like today we know dollar could be negative. Like let's look at the dollar right now. It's probably dumping. Yeah, continuing the damage for the week, for the day. 9:30. So remember yesterday. So negative impact. It would be good to see the dollar pull back, right? Kind of like yesterday. Like if you remember yesterday, like it made its drop yesterday and then it pulled back. And then look for continuation. Wherever gold is there, when like something like this on the dollar, like if dollar pulls back, wherever gold is when the dollar's like doing a pullback like this, that's when you look for the buys on gold. Like wait for dollar pull back, kind of like yesterday, possibly continue down for the day. It's 9:30 now. News, it's 8:30. 9:30's we are open for like indices, stocks, and everything. So when the news hits that market, maybe this continues like yesterday. Like you saw, that was kind of like what happened yesterday for the market. Can't close above 26.90. 26.92, of course. If I put in the chat this morning, 26.88, 26.92 area. This is on the board still for today. We're gonna watch price. We're gonna watch price. We're gonna watch price. We're gonna watch price. We're gonna keep an eye on price. Keep an eye on the dollar. Because I remember yesterday it dumped. Like yesterday, I remember it dumping. Doing some crazy stuff. Like it dumped and then pulled back. But this might be this is interesting. Now where we may be heading. Bearish week for the dollar. That could set the tone for next week too. Do we have a bearish week? Interesting to see how this week closes. Next week could drop potentially if this week really closes bearish. Let's watch gold. Let's just keep an eye on price. Big spike up. It's already retraced the full news move. So yesterday it did this too. It pumped up, but yesterday it didn't react. Yesterday it kept flushing out and the buys came lower. I remember, so yesterday, this is what happened pretty much yesterday. Yesterday it pumped up on the news and literally within minutes later, right, retraced. So if right now, like scalping setup exists right here, potentially to react here and go back. Maybe that holds, But it could be like a situation like yesterday and what we were just looking at the beginning of the stream. This would be a scalping idea for gold here. You'd want the 1 minute to literally hold, in the 5 minute it's aggressive. But if you remember yesterday, market did what? Well, this is what the market did yesterday. So literally pumped up on the news. That setup didn't hold, so same thing could happen. Runs down more, takes out the lows. 930 reversal. It's literally doing the same thing it pretty much did yesterday. Yesterday it pumped up, retraced the move in minutes, went down to like 2660. So that, there's two setups I see right now that exist. The one that's literally in front of you, or kind of like yesterday, we drive down more and see where the market is around 930. If it keeps driving down more, there's two setups. The one in front of you, like I've been mentioning, it's reacting. Like typically this can happen. This is a scenario that can happen. Yesterday it didn't happen, but maybe right now you get initial news move, retracement of news move, continuation of news move. That can happen literally in the moment when the news just first hits, within the first 30 minutes of the news. If you're a high frequency trader, you're a scalper, you're aggressive, you're fast, maybe that's a stop. Maybe that's a style for you where you're like, okay, whatever happens, like it's either a quick profit or a quick loss or a break even. Because as quick as, like, in a situation like this that's on a 1 minute right after news, initial move, retracement, could possibly continue the move. It's right now. It's in this moment right now. Like it's happened. It's what the market's doing right now. It's what the price action is showing you right now. So it's either it does it quick, like it responds quickly, or it doesn't. If it doesn't, it's like it's a quick break even or small profit or a small loss. It's not something you're just holding. It's, if it starts to go down, it's like I'm getting out type of thing. Like it's in the moment type of scenario, right? But if we look at what the market did yesterday, again, maybe a similar thing. So I'm teaching you guys certain scenarios right now that can happen on the news. You'll see this, remember this. It looks like this basically. I'll show you a picture of it, for instance, so maybe you kind of get a visual understanding here what I'm talking about. It looks basically, where is this? Looks basically like this on a news event. Like initial candle, it's a big candle that pumps up. Market can retrace and continue the direction of the news. When you look at enough news events throughout the year, you'll see this happen enough times too. Not the main strategy I focus on, but there's times where if I see it on a 5 minute, a 15 minute, like right now you can only see it on a 1 minute because every other time frame is a wick. Kind of the 5 minute. Right now it's visible in a 1 minute, where it's like initial news move. Maybe this continues up, drives up, right? That's what you literally have like right now in price. You'd want it to literally like see how it came right back to where this is where volume, like see right here, the market comes right back into where this big candle just starts, pump. So it retraces all of that volume right there. That could be like a sensitive area for price. It could be an area where price responds, where price at many times can respond to the market. In scenarios like this with news scenarios, initial move, continuation. So it may try to hold this candle. It may try to, just because the news was negative again for the dollar today. I had more of a bad forecast. If that doesn't hold, then I'd wait till 9:30 to see where the market's at. But that may hold. The original thing we kind of wanted to see at the beginning was if we could come down to like 2680, 2675 and find buys down there. Some of you guys got it. Some of you guys were in before. So in this case, might be this scenario forming from what it looks like at the moment. I've seen a lot of news events that do this, but then I've also been in scenarios like yesterday where you can see it, pumps up, but then we run down until like 9:30. 9:30, the market started to go sideways even yesterday a bit. Going into 9:30. And then 9:30 it was bottom up. There's like 800 people in the Discord right now. Almost 1,000 around there. Yeah, you'd want these candles to hold on the 1 minute. That's the only thing right now that's really the market's doing. Let's check some other charts here. Let's see for a minute. 2690. I'm able to get above. Like I really wanted to see it come down to 2680. If it doesn't get above 2690 sooner, like if this doesn't hold sooner, no, I'm not really reacting. Boring, kind of like yesterday, kind of boring. I like when they drive up with, I like when they either drive up or drive down with one straight candle, like not like this. Like those screenshots I showed you on the training. Initial move. So there's like 3 new strategies you can focus on. My favorite one is the one I have my YouTube videos on. If you guys have seen the YouTube videos, that's probably the only video I'll drop on news, because that's the strategy I really like. Dropped a new video yesterday. If you haven't seen it, it's on what is liquidity. I would check that out. It's a pretty fire video. Concept I think every trader, at some point I think in your journey, you need to understand what liquidity is for a trader. Yeah, looking like maybe initial news move. So there's two news strategies. The one you can watch on my YouTube. There's one that has 11,000 views from 7 months ago. It's the most viewed video. And then one I just posted a couple days ago. That's one of the new strategies. Other one kind of looks like this, where you could be trading based off of like a sentiment and this type of price action. Pump up, pull back, continuation. GU, I can look at it. Pumped up probably. Everything would have pumped up, right? I did say in the Discord, you guys saw yesterday, keep it like this, so I would be like, you know, in the chat too, because yesterday I put a chart on GU and EU when everyone was talking about some charts in the afternoon yesterday, and I said GU should pump up, because if you look at EU, I put this in Discord yesterday and I said GU should fly up, because look at how EURUSD looked. So if you look at the difference, you can see the difference here. I put this in Discord yesterday when people were throwing charts, asking, what do you think about this chart? What do you think about this chart? So if you look here, GU move up was expected, because look how it closed here. But look at EURUSD. EURUSD was already ahead of it. So I put that in Discord yesterday, and I talked about GBPUSD on last night's stream. You gotta remember everything. You gotta remember everything we've talked about on the streams. leading up to what we think the market's going to be doing longer term soon, right? Remember what I was saying yesterday and the day before. Inauguration is in 5 days, right? The market's potentially setting up for a big trend reversal, right? So this is some key information that I went over the last couple of days, right? Where we're potentially going soon, right? For a trend shift. We talked about this, and understanding this is key, because if you understand this, you understand things like GBP/USD are low, Euro USD are low, USD CAD's high. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's like when you look at price, you got to act in moments. Like, what do you see right now? Like, I see a pump up news candle. I see it retracing it. Like, if I don't act, it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. That's pretty much it. That's trading for you. So the emotional intelligence side is what you have to build. You have to gain emotional intelligence to be able to look at the chart and say, okay, this is happening. Let me respond to it, right? Is it always going to play out? No. But when you shoot a basketball 100 times, are you always going to score? No. But if you can score 60, 70 times, that's pretty good, right? That would have been a quick little scalp right there. You know, if you could see it literally popped up. It could keep going. Might try to hold the tonality for the morning. The tonality, what I mean by tonality is this, is like negative news. That might be the sentiment for the morning. So GU, what do I think about GU? Someone asked. Bullish, still bullish. Like, because the thing is, dollar's so high, getting ready for a big reversal. So look at the weekly on GU, right? What do you see on the weekly here? 2 days left on the week, right? So what if this candle closes like this week? What could next week potentially bring, right? That's what you're thinking now. When you're looking at GU and how it's moved on the price action this week, so you have a bottom wick formed, green candle so far, still 2 days left in the market, right? Negative news has been impacted on the dollar. So when you're looking at this, you're looking at it on the weekly, and you're like, okay, yeah, probably you might be seeing break and retest there on a smaller time frame. But what I see is maybe next week pushing up if we close bullish this week. So more of like a bullish sentiment on GU, right? Because you can see this week closing bullish, maybe next week continues that momentum. So it's looking for buy setups on a pair like this. Last night we went over this, and bro, it literally hit my zone last night. I said, if this dumps for London, I'm looking for buys last night. Like, literally, if you were on last night's stream, I said GBP/USD, I said to watch GBP/USD last night. Who was on last night's stream? Come on. How many people we got on here? Like 200, 700 views? Who was on last night's stream? Come on. Come on. Like, if you go on last night's stream, word for word, I said, guys, there's news for GBP at 2 a.m. I think it's going to move and set up for a buy. I drew this zone. Why that zone? Because you can see the volume there. You can see that's where the volume leaves. You're thinking more bullish for you want pullbacks on this pair. You don't want to, sells can happen, but you don't want those. You could see sells, but you don't want those. You can see, here, break and retest. Yeah, it's like AU. AU looked real clean, but that wasn't the move. You want like more like buy dynamic. You want market to keep pushing up and give you retracements back into like points of volume, right, for this pair. That's what you really want. If you were there last night, called out everything on point. Gold, what's it doing? 2690. Not able to punch through that 2690. I want to see what 930 brings, because 930 this thing will move. Little move there. Did a little move. Does it continue on the 5? So GU, like, what do I think about GU? Let's see. People asking. Someone asked GJ. I think we went over GJ already, didn't we? Didn't I say didn't I? Yeah, GJ. We went over that last night. It's holding that 50% fib still. GJ's getting ready for something, I think, because if you look at the weekly on GJ, look where you're on the weekly on GJ. You're pretty low, bottom wick forming on the weekly here. Came into this area here. Pretty low on GJ when you look at it on a weekly point. And then when you break it down to a daily on GJ, like it already tried to reach here too. See here, it tried to reach for this volume here, right? So when you look at GJ on a weekly scale, swing trade could be loading like 2 week swing. Like look at to the left. If you look to the left, it went up 1, 2, 3 weeks. So you might have this push up soon. Start like a bigger move up on GJ. Discord's in the chat. Pinned in the chat. Like GJ even daily, like it's trading into this whole accumulation over here. So I think it's trying to swing out of this. Because if you go back to the weekly again, go back to the weekly, look at the weekly chart on that. So GJ, I know we went over that last night and I think on stream yesterday. To me, more bullish, like looking, it's trying to go upside, I think, on this pair. It's trying to break out of this. If you look left, started to do that to the left over here, like accumulated, looked like a, pretty much like a head and shoulders to the left here, like an accumulation, right? So when I see GJ, it's building up. It's building up to potentially get out of this, to go upside. Swing trade, possibly a swing trade building up. Like you'd have to look for entries. Like last night I went over this pretty well. This would have been a good entry in here on GJ, but still looking for like buy setups. Like if there's good retracements into London session buys form, or if you sweep these lows, you got to get a good Fibonacci cluster zone here, right? If you sweep these lows, you come back into like a good Fibonacci zone. Right, if you sweep these lows on GJ, 50% tap twice. If you sweep these lows, you come back into a good zone. Another buy dynamic. That would still like hold where it is on the daily and weekly. It's low on the daily and weekly. That's what I think for GJ, like it's low. GU is low when you, so when you're looking at a chart too, like GBPUSD, when a chart is here, you're not thinking sell. Like when chart makes a lower low, it's likely to pull back, right? If a chart's making a lower low, you're likely in a stage of where the market's going to make a pullback in structure, especially if it's on a 4 hour or noticeably on a daily. So you're going into a week like this week and you're looking at maybe like GU here. That's why I put this yesterday, because I looked at EU, right? And I noticed if you look at where EU was, the candle closed bullish, but then flies up. If you look at GU, candle closes bullish, but we have 2 candles there while EU is flying. So that just kind of gives me a direction ahead of time for GU, right? There it is. Yeah, it worked today, but I saw yesterday. So initial move, retracement, continuation. You can just see it on a 1 minute. Sometimes you can see it on a 5 minute and the market takes longer, or a 30 minute like this. If you go to books, I put it in books here. Little books there. Initial move, pullback, continuation of the initial move. Look at gold. I tell you guys, my magical arrows, they work, man. Follow the magical arrows, they work. Magical arrows work. Told you so. I mean, if you're on yesterday, today, I've been going over some good analysis. Stochastic video, no, I posted the liquidity one. I'll probably post the stochastic one on Friday or early next week. I posted that one instead. You guys see that? You guys see how that works? Remember this chart? Where is it? Where's that chart? Remember this guy? Initial move. My magic arrows work, I'm telling you. So what did we say before? We were saying break and retest maybe above 2690. We'll look for pullbacks, continuations at this point. Or just hold the line if you got in. Thanks for the blueberries, hamburgers, or steaks, hamburgers. We like hamburgers here. French fries, donuts, 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 donuts. I like donuts. I hope you guys caught one of the moves, man. Because some of you, I said before news, now could be a good time to start scaling in, or even like the magical arrows. We call them the magic arrows. Told you guys, I caught that. I went light. I need to withdraw. I had a good 2 weeks. I went through a drawdown on gold, so I need to call it a week, maybe. It might continue. Like, I mean, at this point, you'll probably get some more extension. Like, what is it now? 30 minutes after the news. So really, it's pumped up. Like, really, the news candle is a pump up right now. But because news is negative for the dollar, I think that's going to impact the dollar more. Especially with yesterday's news being negative, today's news being negative. That'll probably impact the market a bit more. Like, this is dumping. Setting up for every 4 years. So every 4 years, the direction that you go into the inauguration, the structure that you're going into, a good friend of mine showed me this. The direction that you're going into inauguration, so January 20th inauguration, the structure that you're going into it gets reversed. So if you're going into a bullish market structure into inauguration, it gets reversed after. If you're going into a bearish structure into inauguration, it gets reversed. If you're going into a bullish structure into inauguration, it gets reversed. If you're going into a bearish structure, it gets reversed. Democrat, Republican, Democrat. What was here? 2000, was that Obama? 2009, right? 2008, 9? You go back and test this. I have a few examples here, a few more recent. Like, I mean, how recent could the last, over 10 years here. So this year, you can already see the structure is trending bullish into inauguration. So like, inauguration's 5 days away. Starts on the weekend, January 19th, 20th. It's like a 3-day thing. Expecting weakness after, probably by March. That's a catalyst for Bitcoin. Bitcoin 99, let's go. It's like nothing happened. See, go on yesterday's session. I've been giving you guys all the news. And I was in buys on Bitcoin. Could have held them per usual. If I held all my trades this week, I probably would have made like 20, 30K this week. If I just held buys, it's a good swing market, clearly. I'm holding some buys right now from here, still, little guys. I traded light today. I'll show you in a minute once I close. Pip and dip. USD CAD though, tell me about that. I gave you guys a buyer USD CAD analysis at the beginning of the week. Literally on Saturday night. Saturday night. Wow, I could have been doing whatever. Saturday night. What was I doing? Updating you guys on USD CAD. Alright? In the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join right now and make sure your notifications are on. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you're subscribed because we're here every day. USD CAD. Come on. That was last Friday. And then Saturday night, I even updated you guys on USD CAD. I'm still holding those sells, and they're looking really good right now. I'm probably going to close now. It's probably time to close the USD CAD. Farewell. It's about near the TPs I put, pretty much. That was a big move. I hope you guys caught that. Do I think we hit 2,700 possibly? It looks like it's on the way. 930 is about to hit, so that market's going to react to the news too. That market's about to react to the news probably too, so we might see more volatility pick up at 930 as well. Could be more continuations. Possibly, we'll see. So remember yesterday, the news is negative. It reacted, it responded to the negative news, and then at 9:30, it just kept dragging on for the whole day after 9:30. But Saturday night, I told you guys, we were observing for a bearish move on USD CAD. That thing dumped. I even posted my trades. Now my account's at 18,000. Once I close these golds. Well, 17,854. Fluctuating. Just under 18. Pip and dip. Pip and dip it. Pip and dip it. Pip and dip. Pip and dip, guys. Pip and dip. Pip and dip. Or wait for retest of 2690. Maybe continuation. One more move, possibly. But yeah, we went over USD CAD, guys. Like, man, like, stay in the chat, because every day people come here like, what's the trade? And I'm like, man, there's been some good trades. I think it'll keep possibly trending for the morning, since you had like this on news. You can, like I said, you can get situations like this where you have initial move, pullback, continuation. So something like that just happened, where initial move, pullback, continuation happening. So it could be possibly continuations if 2690 doesn't hold. If the 1 hour, or if like you need a like 2690, if the 4 hour closes below 2690, it's more bearish. Otherwise, you're trying to pick off like a top right now. The 1 hour just broke above 2690, so it might hold above that level. So if your 1 hour closes above if your 1 hour closes below 2690, you're more bearish. You're flipping bearish. If your 1 hour and 4 hour close back below 2690, but above 2690 for now, like right now. Remember what I say, like right now, like as it's pulling back, could potentially hold, take you closer to 2700. That's what you see right now on gold. For sells, wait, what's Bitcoin doing? Just people, right? Oh yeah, 99. Please go up. I'm in a big Solana trade that it's make it or break it at this point. Liquidations at like 140. If it hit, now I'm holding the line. I'm in a big Solana trade and Ethereum trade. I told you guys I'm buying Ethereum at here, but I started buying up in here. So I gave you guys a better entry price than me. Like, I'm in up here. My average is like up here. My liquidation's down here. So I gave you guys a better trade actually on Ethereum here. I gave you guys a better entry, 3,100. I was saying look for a flush down, move up. It depends. Like, the news has been negative for the dollar. Inauguration's coming. Typically, when you look at the way crypto responds to inauguration, like, it's typically bullish. If you look at the way it responds, we've gone over this on several streams. Inauguration's coming up. 5 days. So after that, we're basically expecting the market to pump again. Like what it's doing right now, more of like, right now it's recovery. It's pretty much like recovery going into that. Like, yeah, if you're looking at gold right now, I got out of everything. I'm chilling right now. Let's see. You would like the 4 hour could still come below 2690. 2690 is kind of a key level right now. 2700's close. So directionally, all you have is you have either this break and retest above 2690, or you got sells back down to like 2680 again. If it closes more bearish here. But 2690 could be the retest. Like I just kind of mentioned not that long ago, like it could be setting up now for that break and retest here to continue the momentum for the day up to 2700. Because I know at the beginning of the stream we did talk about this. If it breaks above, that might be a play for later today as well. Like right now you got initial news move, retracement of a news move. Buyers are sticking. So if buyers are sticking, you want this to hold here for this. You want this area right here to hold on price. All right. If 2690 doesn't hold, then I think it could be bearish underneath that price. Give you a move back down to 2680. So you could attempt to see the 2690 or try I like to see if this could hold maybe one more time here, possibly. 2690 might hold for one more move, one more scalp move here. Maybe one more scalp on 2690. If not, it looks like to the left below 2690, like market closing, which is in 50 minutes, like the candle. Because right now this candle has a wick at the bottom and the top. This one is red. That one's turning bearish. So underneath, if you look at the price to the left, the candles closing underneath with wicks above take you down to 2682, 2683, 2684, like lower 2680s. That's what I see right now on the 4 hour. Something to maybe keep on the back burner over the next hour if the market keeps trending up for the day. If you look to the left, there's wicks. You can see a similar wick situation here happening at this 2690 level. So it could create some bearish momentum here at this level as well. We caught some buys. Some people caught some buys. I caught some buys. Kind of happy right now, chilling. This would be probably the last buy I would see for gold right now on the 1 minute, possibly reacting here. 2690 retest. Scalping, it's kind of like I said before, you want to see it react quicker. This candle closes in 48 minutes. This 4 hour closes in 48 minutes, so that's at 10 o'clock. It closing underneath, like it finishing underneath, could confirm a bearish move down on gold. Like this. Yeah, look, that setup's now. So right there, like something like this, right now I'd be like, okay, it's not holding. Scratch it. Bouncing back. 1 minute, 2688. We went over a lot today, lot yesterday, a lot this week. USD CAD dumped. I'm happy with that trade. That was a huge one. Hope some people caught that USD CAD. Had some good entries on that. Yeah, if your 4 hour closes in 47 minutes or closer to 9:30 even, you might get shorts here on gold now. First 30 minutes up. So that's like your news candle basically. This first 30 minutes up. I was just able to see inside of that on a 1 minute, a little continuation there. Like this zone right now. So when you look at like trending structure, you can see it even on a 1 minute. There's lows here, there's a high here, the lows, there's a high here. So ideally in a situation like this, you'd want the market to try to form a higher low here. You'd want it to hold this to give you buys, ideally. This is all I see right now. Other than that, if 4 hour isn't able to really break above this 2690 sooner than later, like hold it, then it could take the 4 hour down on gold. Back down to like, I would say target around 2680 at the lowest. If it doesn't break above or hold this 2690, you'll have shorts down to 2684, 2680 area. if you don't break above 26.90. Yeah, no buy there. Yeah, that's not holding. Like I said, it was like I said over here. Right over here is the same scenario. There's a buy here right now. It's either going to stick or not, right? It was like I said before news. There's a buy right now in the news. There's a buy before news. It's either the news is going to take it up or not. Like you can see buy setups forming in structures. And it's either it's going to respond how it usually does or it's not. And that's price. That's trading for you, right? It's how convicted you are, or how willing you are to say, okay, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to take all of them. Like this one was really good, right? Like I was saying before on gold. Like I was saying when I saw it on the 1 minute. That first move up, push up, pull back, continuation. Saw that. 930 is about a hit too. Remember what happened yesterday after 9:30? So even yesterday, market pumped up, but then dumped down. But after 9:30, it went right back up yesterday. Look at yesterday's price. On the news, it pumped up, and then it came down. Today, not much different. Pumping up, coming down now. But yesterday after 9:30 for gold, saw steady buys on price. Yeah, if you're a trader, like, or if you're also trading, you might have the same eyes as me. You might see similar things I see on the chart. Pocket option scalping, what's that? How do you manage your risk? So many entries open. Strict example. Well, I usually trade with an account size that, you know, is in my needs. A means of, like, it's not too big of an account. It's an average account size for me, where I'm willing to risk. I trade higher risk usually too, right? But there's probably like a long answer to that question because I've been trading for 10 years, so I can open my phone and take trades naturally. So a lot of my trading for me, like what I do on my own time, when I'm not streaming, when I'm just quiet, trading on my own, a lot of it's just second nature. Knowing how to act, knowing how to think in certain moments. So most traders have, a lot of traders have that, you know, I'm going to risk 1%, 1%, 1%. I don't do that. I look at money, how much money I'm risking per trade, per lot. I was explaining a lot of it earlier. Like gold hasn't broken a bearish, like it hasn't formed a bearish structure yet. It's still maintaining possibly even a bullish structure here on the 5 minute. Like it's just correcting right now, just bigger. Like it could still push up. Like you could come down on gold to here and push all the way up. Still depends on how the structure forms here and how it holds. If it holds, that's what the chart's showing right now. If you look, as you can see, the 5 minute has pushed up in structure, and 9:30 is coming up. I wonder if 9:30 it does what it did yesterday. Yesterday 9:30 presented good buy opportunities. Like what's the dollar doing right now? Is it pulling back, retracing? It would be good to see the dollar retrace more. Like it's not the biggest retracement on the dollar. It's starting to retrace. It would be good to see it retrace a bit more. And when that retraces, anticipate a potential continuation of that retracement down. That's like a situation where Euro USD buys would be good, or gold buys would be good in a zone like that if the dollar, because what you got on the dollar now is your big news move down, pulling back now a bit. Maybe you're going to continue that news move. So I'd want to see if the dollar can get here. I'd want to see where Euro USD or a pair like that is. Like, where is Euro USD when the dollar's here? Or where's USD CAD? Or where's gold? when the dollar is trading at this previous support, because it could potentially then reject. On the 1 minute. That would be a good place for dollar to get more continuation for sells. Other pairs would then be pretty much at other spots, like setting up, right? Euro USD just ran up like crazy. It could probably come down. Again, retrace that move. That's what some things look like right now. Someone asked, what do I think about Euro USD? It's either going to consolidate here or consolidate. You can see possibly continuation, right? So possibly buys out of this consolidation because it looks like a consolidation's building up here. Or we come back down on euro, bounce out of here. Probably retrace, maybe retrace the move back. If this comes down, dollar would be at that resistance, more than likely. Yeah, no, that area didn't hold for gold. But this 5 minute area still might be loading up for something. Yeah, so two things you could do for like today's market. Like if you're bullish on gold, like I've been bullish on gold. I've only been looking for buys all week on gold. At the end of last week, we were looking for sells. The last thing for buys I would look at is like this retracement around 930. Like yesterday, if you look at the market yesterday, 930, we gave us good buys up. Otherwise, you just keep an eye on the 4 hour. You can keep an eye on the 4 hour, see if it brings you bearish continuation. Because I'm gonna look. I'm the type of person that, you know, I might look for multiple moves. I'm probably gonna take these buys. If they don't happen, I'm gonna manage my risk. Maybe look for another setup. If not, I've already had a profitable week. I'm not gonna ruin my week on this buy setup that I see here. I'm gonna risk an amount that, okay, if I lose it, who cares? I'm still up for the week. These USD CAD sells were good. That's all I see right now for buys. But what you could do is wait for this candle to close in 37 minutes. And if it closes bearish here, possible bearish moves back down for some more retracements. But I've been looking for buys all week on gold because it's just looked more bullish to me. Even coming into the week, I was looking for buys here, right? We were looking for buys here. Last night, if you're on the stream, we were looking for buys here. Before the stream, we were looking for buys here. So buys have been working so far for the majority of the week. If they continue for the day, right? If they continue for the day, then probably Thursday, Friday we'll have a reversal on gold. If gold goes up until Friday, Fridays will probably be sells on gold. Because again, dollar news came out negative. New York session is about to open again, like indices, stocks, and all that. So maybe your eyes see what my eyes see here. Maybe the 5 minute can close bullish. 15 minutes forming a bottom wick here, starting to be good if that could form like a significant candle close. But you still could get this when you look at gold again. Remember that 1 minute? Yeah, that 1 minute didn't like this area, but it's gone down a couple pips. It's still like holding within. It still could hold this move. if it doesn't take out this low and doesn't really close bearish in the 4 hour in the next like 30 minutes or so, price could have this reaction up, possibly. We tried to get above 26.90 once, 26.90 twice. Remember, yesterday's news was negative, today's news was negative. So a lot of things I've been saying, right? That maybe this could keep going up for the day. I manage my risks through time. I look at the chart and say, okay, I see something right now. If it's 9:30 and I'm seeing a setup, by 10:30, by 11 o'clock, the market should have moved in my favor if I'm right, right? That's what you're doing in trading. Like, I like to measure my risk in time of the day, like the time I'm trading, right? So if I'm looking at the market right now, it's like I'm measuring my risk maybe within the next couple of hours. So the market could do anything in the next hour. I don't really care. I want to see how much, I want to see if it holds this setup in the next hour, the next 2 hours. As you spend more time on the charts, you'll get used to that. When you see enough of the same things, once you see enough of the same things over and over and over and over again, you'll understand how to have more control in certain times and certain scenarios. Yeah, this 5 minutes still like holding up, down. You gotta get good at seeing structure. So there's like, if you remember, I went to the 1 minute. And the reason I still see that this could go up is because even on the 1 minute, it's, you know, made some higher pushes. And we're still holding that area, right? So now you know why I scale into trades. Because if I had an entry at 26.90 and I put another entry as it's going down, and I'm seeing this move up, right? And I know, okay, price break and retest 26.90. It would suck if I put 2 lots at 26.90 instead of 0.2, 0.2, 0.005, like adding in small entries on these pullbacks that I'm seeing. On what I'm seeing a pullback happening. So I'm wanting to enter on that pullback because I understand at some point the market's going to move out of that pullback, right? So I think the market could pull back to 26.80. It depends on if this 4 hour closes below this area. Like I said already, if the 4 hour closes below 26.90, then you'll probably see more bearishness. But another thing I mentioned, at 9:30, the market's going to have volatility, so it might push price up or down at 9:30 in like 5 minutes. Like yesterday was interesting. 26.80, tried to get there. Good, possibly. If that's where you want to position yourself, you just have to wait and see what the market does. You never know, right? Time will tell you. If you want to position yourself at 26.80, that's what you'd have to wait for. Don't know what the market's going to do from then. I just see what's in front of us right now. Like, it could possibly still push up. Like 4 hour, kind of an indecisive candle, consolidating on both. Like you see at the bottom and the top wick there. So this 4 hour, like if you're shorting gold, you could possibly close bearish on this 4 hour underneath 26.90 and go potentially drop down. It's not the best risk to reward because the wick's right there, but this is potentially the move it could make down to 26.80 at the most, or the wick, if you close bearish underneath here from the looks of it. So I'm giving you guys both sides to the market, right? If you're bearish, you got this, right? If you're someone who's more bullish on gold, maybe this still holds. But bearish is in maybe if this 4 hour, right, closes underneath. Maybe it's still London bearish or London bullish, New York bullish, bearish. That's a big wick. So for bearish, you have this setup. For bullish, you're trying to see if above 26.90. That's the market right now. For continuation, it's basically consolidating underneath around that 26.90 area. Kind of figuring out what it wants to do. Bullish, more above 2690 possibly. Like nothing's really changed unless like because there's still time. It's 9:30, 30 minutes. This could start pushing higher, or 30 minutes. It's more closed below this 2690. But you can see what my eyes are seeing. Like, okay, this pushed up, made a higher high. You know, we started buying here. There's buyers here, right, coming into the market. So you can see it's retracing back to that, right? Could try to hold itself out of this. It could still make the move out of that. I'm not much of a stock or indices US 30 trader. I don't focus on those, so I don't really know. But probably like if because like 8:30 brings you news, right, for the market, right? An hour later, future, you know, like different markets open, not future, like indices, stock market opens, right? So like a lot of times the market takes that news into consideration an hour later, and it can something you'd have to study. Like that's something to backtest even yourself and study and see as you go forward and backward. Look at the charts and see how that's behaved through time. Yeah, this thing's just like chilling above. That's what I see right now for bullish. Like we could still potentially hold, but tricky market. There's not much like bearish confirmations for me, other than obviously we're high on the 4-hour here in a supply zone. Your USD, sure. Just consolidating still. Chilling. I went over that already. Like it's either gonna, like it looks like a flag consolidation right now. It could try to pull back, like kind of like what gold did in the beginning on the 1 minute. If you remember how gold had that push up, retracement, continuation, something like that. US 30 pumped like crazy. Negative news. Someone asked, what do you think about US 30 yesterday? I said, it looks like it come down to here. Like this pumps up, now it's retracing the news move. Like certain things you can look for the news candle in and it may work. Like this could be that news candle that pumps up and then reverses the news completely. Euro USD kind of has a news candle on the 30, or wait, was it GBP USD? No, not so much. GJ. Like gold kind of has more of a news candle on the 30. If anything, like pumped up for the first 30 minutes. So that's like, if you go to my YouTube videos, that's the candle I'm talking about in the YouTube videos, is more pump up, retracement, reversal of the news move, temporary direction. It looks like we might close underneath 2690. Take a small L here on gold. Take a $140 L. Quick little L there. Nothing bad. Still up 1600 on the day. Is what it is. That's trading for you, ladies and gentlemen. You take L's, it's normal. If you can't handle the L's, you gotta learn to take them. Still up 1500 on the day. All right. If you can't take some small L's, scalping might not be for you. If you can't get in and out of things, you're too emotional and you're like, scalping might not be for you. But if you saw before, caught some buys before, right? So if you can't like make like quick, like, okay, I'm wrong, like let me get out, quick L, like I'm like it's nothing. Scalping might not be the style for you. Because I've taken today I've been in buys, 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 buys. I caught a sell before, to be honest, before the session. Now you're getting closes underneath 2690, so possibly flipping bearish now underneath 2690. Let's see. Yeah, that was your news candle. If you can't, scalping's not for everyone. Because notice how I closed the trade before it just dropped 60 pips as well. I'm like, all right, I'm wrong, I'm getting out. The 1 minute's not holding. Notice I just closed it at 2687, 2688 before it dropped another 60 pips. So like scalping, you got to be quick at times. Like, all right, I'm getting out of this small L, whatever. If it was wrong, if you're wrong, you're wrong. If you can be right. You can be right 5 times in a row and then be wrong once, and then everybody's like, oh my gosh. I'm just chilling, guys. If I see a signal, I'll let you guys know, right? Stay in the Discord. I'm going to put my signals in the Discord. These are live sessions. Take what you want from the live sessions, right? My signals will be in the Discord, right? If you're a trader, these sessions are for you, right? If you're more of a trader, right? Cop on the live sessions every day. What am I going to do now? That's the thing. We caught some buys already. Chilling right now. Not worried about what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the market decide that and just chill. Sit on my hands. Chill out a bit. Because remember, we caught buys here. We caught buys literally on that candle. We caught buys down here yesterday. We took buys over here. Last week I called out sells up here. So there's gonna be days we get on. Yeah, it was London bullish, New York bearish, pretty much. So that's your news candle I talk about in the videos. Just wait, because remember what the plan was at the beginning of the session. The plan at the beginning was maybe come for buys at 2680, 2675 zone. So now we're getting a big flush out. So you don't always gotta worry about forecasting and stuff, guys. Like, let the market do what the market's gonna do. I did say in the Discord, man, I did say in the Discord, yeah, watch out for fake accounts. If you don't see, if it's not on my Instagram, if it's not on YouTube, watch out for fake accounts. There's enough fake accounts of me out there. Yeah, some people were right. I did say in Discord, 2688, 2692, bearish area, SL near 2698. Did 2698 get tapped? No. I did write in Discord before we even streamed today at 623. Too bad I didn't take that sell. Just too focused on these buys. Everyone's asking buy gold. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Maybe here. 2680 reaction. I'd like to see if we hold between 2680 and 2675. So I think now we might be setting up for buys. Where's the dollar? Is the dollar? Maybe we gotta buy back on gold, like a scalping setup. This is the next setup I like. I'm gonna go light. I'm up on the day, so I'm not gonna risk, everything. I'm gonna keep it kosher. Probably risk like 500 bucks on this trade. Chill it out. But I'm gonna enter at 2680 and between 2680 and 2675 on gold buys. You gotta chill sometimes. You gotta chill. Like when you guys get on, just don't ask. Don't ask what's the trade. We'll find the trade. It's like people ask me, how do I find coins? The coins don't find you, or you don't find the coins. The coins find you. 2680, 2675 area, buys on gold, possibly reacting. Magic arrows are drawn. So we gotta be patient sometimes. We won't catch every move. I wish if we followed the news strategy, like the YouTube, we would have caught sells. But now there's maybe some buys loading here. Maybe I make my $150 that I just lost back. Still a good day. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. 2680, 2675 area for gold. We did have that planned at the beginning of the session, if you remember, too. So this is a plan from the beginning. So, I mean, sticking with the plan, because we did say if it comes down into here, this area, we wanted that before news. Too bad it didn't happen before news. We would have been in a huge buy then. It might be the setup we were kind of the analysis we were looking at before at the beginning of the session. Magic arrows are drawn, guys. I'm up $120. I might make my 140 back. Buy a steak tonight. No, I'll buy some donuts. I'll get some donuts. Again, thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the session so far. We almost had 1,000 people on today. 1,000 views today. Magic arrows are drawn. Once the magic, like, pay attention to the magic arrows. Watch my sessions too. Like, you'll see yesterday. I might seem like I'm drawing these random arrows, but when you have 10 years on the chart, we call them magic arrows. Some people know what I'm talking about. Oh, go. 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 It could be a pip and dip. Could be a pip and dip. You know, it could be a pip and dip. Oh, what's this 4-hour doing? What's the dollar doing? Might be a pip and dip. Might be a pip and dip. Can the dollar drop? If the dollar can just keep dropping, then gold will go up again. But if the dollar retraces deeper, I thought the dollar would have pip and dip, pip and dip, pip and dip. There you go. There's your pip and dip if you want. You could try to hold. It's kind of like yesterday's situation. It might come back. It could retest 2680. If you guys remember yesterday. There we go. I just made 200. I made my 140 back. You know. Trading light today because I had a good week. I was in a drawdown on gold, and I got out of it. And it was a good week. With last week, like if I had last week and this week together, it's like don't want to get too greedy. Um, 5 minute, you could see if this 5 minute closes bullish and the next one goes up. It's like a pin bar behind us. Or try to hold for the next 15. Like the 15 is just forming a bottom wick right now. So there's not much signs yet on the 15 other than a bottom wick reaction. 5 minutes showing, okay, slightly bullish candle, not so much there yet. 1 minute is showing maybe a pullback down even to retest it one more time. Like it might even work the area, kind of like yesterday. If you remember yesterday's zone we had marked up. Yeah, you could always pip and dip if you want. Pip and dips work good because you could always pip and dip, and if it comes back, you could consider like, okay, re-entry. You always pip and dip something, and then if it comes back to the same entry, it's like, okay, I'm gonna use the risk from the pip and dip to enter the next entry. Like you could always do that on setups with gold, like in these types of situations where, okay, it's reacting, it could react bigger, but it could still work the area, the zone. What the coins I think will go to the moon. Jasmine. There's a couple good coins. Jasmine's a good one. I think Trump coin. I think Trump coin's gonna go to the moon. I put a few in the Discord. I put a new one today. But there's some in the Discord already. Like the obvious ones are like Solana, Ethereum, XRP. Like you have your obvious coins, obviously, that are gonna pump. Chainlink, stuff like that. Like you have your obvious coins. Like Trump coin might be an interesting one. I'm gonna buy this coin today. So this is low. This is a new coin that I've been researching. I know a lot about. I'm gonna buy Validity today. Probably after this session, like in 4 hours. So if you don't want to see this pump, and then you'd be like, damn, I should have bought maybe this coin, because I'm looking at this going to like 163% target above these highs. When Ethereum was at, so this coin follows Ethereum. When Ethereum pumps, this coin pumps twice the amount. This coin follows Ethereum. So anytime Ethereum's high, this coin will pump as well. So Validity, another coin I'm going to buy today. And I'd buy before I do, because it'll probably pump. There's only 1,000 holders right now. And I'm going to be dumping a big amount in. There's only 1,000, like over 1,000 holders. A coin like this, if a coin like this had 10,000 holders, it would be at like, you know, $10 more. Like, if a coin like this, it has 1,000 holders, it's a good project. It's working with Paxo Gold. Pip and Dip, it's 42 cents. So it only has 1,000 holders. If you go to their website, go to the website. Check it out. Go look at the website. Go look at this company. Where is it? I should say here, right here. Tokenized by Paxo Gold, right here. Look into Paxos. Look at that company. Look how many people are holding that token, those tokens in there. Hundreds of thousands. So if this coin were to get like even like 5,000-10,000 holders, it would be crazy what it would do. Probably go 10x, 20x. But right here, if Ethereum hits 4,000, like when Ethereum was at 4,000, going to 4,000, this coin was here. And then some people took profit. And if they kept holding, it would have already hit $1. So when Ethereum goes to like 4K, this coin will be here, or if Ethereum breaks 4K, it'll be a bit above it. Like break these highs. It follows Ethereum. If you look at the exact price movements, like they're not exactly the same, but it follows the flow of Ethereum. Let's go back to gold. We gotta look at gold. Jasmine could pump. I think Dog with Hat will pump. That's Pip and, that's what I mean by Pip and Dip. It's like it could come back and work the area. Let's check this out. 15 minute doesn't have much confirmation. It just has that bottom wick, but getting a pullback here on the 1 minute. See, it's coming back, so I'm gonna scale in again. I Pip and dipped. I'm gonna try to scale in again. Let's watch this. What's the dollar doing first? Dollar still just consolidating, chilling. Negative news today, so I'd want the, like, obviously I'd want this for the dollar. That would, if the dollar does this, gold will go down more. Just to note, if the dollar does go up and retraces more, gold will go down more, probably to like 26.70, 26.75. Pip and dips work good when you have like a good zone where it could react. I think 26.80, 26.75 zone, like that area could react potentially. That's what I was looking at the beginning of the session. Max risk here. I'm going light. I'm going light on this one because I'm up for the day. But gold will do that. I think this area, 26.80, 26.75 area, may hold. It's kind of doing what it did yesterday. It spiked up on the news and then dumped by 9:30. 9:30, it flipped into a buy yesterday. So for now, I'd keep an eye on 26.80, 26.75 area for gold. If you get it, so like if it goes, like let's say if it just reacts here and it goes up to like 26.85, 26.90 again, like it makes a good move, I would get out. Just like pip and dip it again type of thing. Nothing crazy. Because even like if it goes, if it 26.80, even if it goes to 26.75, it'll still probably move out of that and come back to 26.84, 26.83. So you can work an area at times on gold. Like I'm up another 50 bucks real quick after closing out 200. I made my 140 back, fam. Going light today. 60. Going light today. Might hit pip and dip. Explain pip and dip. Not everyone understands the mindset behind pip and dip. I gotta school you guys. Some of you guys understand pip and dip. It's just like when you get that reaction and it's like quick boom, like scalping, like it's not whole. Like someone mentioned earlier, they took a trade for 5 minutes and they got profit. It's like something like that. Like you could get a 20 pip reaction in 5 minutes. You pip and dip. Like if you enter a trade and it reacts 30 pips real quick, pip and dip. Like that's the kind of style. 2680, 2675. Like right now, it just reacted 20 pips off of 2680. Boom, you could pip and dip it. Like right, that's what I mean. Or 25 pips. You might have just done a pip and dip. I might have just done it. Yeah, I still don't get pip and dip. You might have just done pip and dip. If let's say you just entered 2680, you exit right now, you just pip and dipped. Like you caught 25 pips in how many seconds? Probably like 2 minutes there, right? In a situation like this, you want to see candlestick structure maintain its closure. Like in a scenario like this, you're watching now the 15 or the 5. You see a green candle, you see bottom wicks forming, you see bottom wicks forming. Okay, that is good. That's a good sign. Now we just got a bullish close on the 5 minute. That suggests this next 5 minute could go up. But we want to go to the 15 minute. We want to see more confirmation there. We got a 15 minute maybe turning green. If we get a 15 minute close, that could suggest the next 15 minute goes up. We got a bottom wick forming on the 30, right? P and D. We call it pip and dip. We're on fire this week. Just not gonna lie, this is a good week. Should have went full lot. I like to go full lot on London bullish, New York bearish, or London. Like I go full lot on like not news situations always. Sometimes I go deep, too deep. There you go, 30 pips right there. You could pip and dip. Again, like you're basically betting on now the 15 minute maintains its candlestick closure. That's what you'd be basically kind of holding on to now, because 5 minute has a bit there. 1 minute, you have a low, you have a high, low. Yeah, 1 minute could do like this, come back. It has this weird area here, I know. And I know we're high up and we're looking, I know we're high in price and we're looking for buys. It's weird, but we're in an uptrend. Like, because technically what just happened is it came back to this. We're still in an uptrend technically. This could be the day the uptrend breaks. Like if all of this finishes more bearish in the next couple hours, then it's like maybe we're shifting that, but we've been in more of an uptrend here when you look at the structure of price. Man, people are writing on the Discord. Should I get him? I'm like, are you guys on the live? Who's on the live? People are in Discord writing buy now. Like, yo. Depends on the account size. It could be full margin. Like, that means the accounts. Like, full lot means, like, yo, I'm gonna be in a margin call, maybe. That's what I mean when I say full lot. Good day today. You see, we're still technically kind of in an uptrend here, where it's like up, high, low, high, higher, high, higher, low, you know. There's almost 50 pips for your, you know, for your donuts or your burgers, whatever you guys want. Someone said blueberries. I don't know what that means. Blueberries. See, like the first reaction, it gave that first reaction and it went up real quick, but then it came back. Matt's graduated. Matt, you have graduated from Pip and Dip. You were just schooled. You gotta ask accountant those questions, guys. I'm not an accountant, you know. Those are the accountant questions. But still, like, I would still Pip and Dip this in case 30 minute. We don't want to be greedy. We don't want to rob the same bank too many times, you know. It's either maybe it holds, you break even. You don't want to get too greedy, and you know, if you got it once, twice, we don't want to rob the same bank twice. You don't rob it, you know, nobody robs man, I've heard that quote. That's a quote I heard. You don't want to be too greedy, and you know, this guy graduated. from Pip and Dip. Yeah, easy money there, real quick. Boom. I would just chill for the day. I'm up 1,800 now on the day. Remember how I was up 1,600, then I went to 1,500. Now I'm at 1,800. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. It could work the zone. Like, I may have to watch the chart for like another hour, chill. Like, we've been on the charts for a bit. We caught some moves there. You'd be... What time is it? Like, when did it really move yesterday? Like, yesterday it started moving pretty much now, like these hours. It consolidated yesterday. Well, obviously yesterday we were lower. Like, today we're near resistance on price. So 26.90. For sells, it's like I'd want to see it go back to 26.90 potentially. Like, reject, right? Look to the left, for instance. If you look, we're like right here. Maybe. Look to the left, you can see some clues on price. Like, you look left, 26.90. You can see there's a lot of resistance there. Well, I'm flipping my account. Think about it. I took $8,000 to $18,000 in 2 weeks. Next week I'll probably take the 18 to 25 or 30. Like, I don't trade. I'm not a 1 to 2% trader. That's one thing. I'm not a 1 to 2% trader. I don't trade 1 to 2%. So I can take 2 to 3 trades a week, not trading 1 to 2%. So I flipped an $8,000 account to almost 20K in 2 weeks. That's over 100% ROI. That's almost 200%, right? So I look at, I'm trying to flip, I try to flip accounts. If I'll fund a 5G account, I'll flip it to 10K in a week. I'm withdrawing, I'm buying Bitcoin, right? I'm good at doing that until, like, there's sometimes I work with bigger accounts. Sometimes I'll work with 20K, 30K. You know, I have like a range, a minimum, maximum range. Some weeks more, some weeks less, depends. But I'm probably gonna withdraw after today. Well, we got news tomorrow, so I'll leave a bit in the account for news tomorrow. So why? So I can buy some crypto. Magic arrows, guys. I'm telling you, the magical arrows work. If you don't believe me, come on every single stream for the next year and you'll see. And stay in the Discord. Pip and dips work good, like with gold, like when you get good at recognizing zones. So obviously liquidity got taken out here and we came back. So for instance, like it hit, goes into profit, close, wait for a pull. Because if I'm looking, if I'm buying here and I'm like, I think it's gonna go up, it could go up, come back, go up, and then make the move later. So it's like I can, if there's a move I'm looking to trade and I take an entry on it and within 5 minutes I catch a quick 30 pips, I'll close. So I'm going to look for a re-entry so I can use that profit, for instance. Boom, we caught this, we closed, we used the risk on that second entry of pretty much the same trade I would have already been holding, right? If I didn't exit it, right? Pip and dip is like when that happens quick. It can happen right when you take a trade sometimes on gold. Sometimes you can enter a trade on gold and it can be like that. Look at the pin, look at the message in the chat. So serious question, often you, yeah, if I scalp, like it depends on the setup. Like if we're like, I'll scalp, I'm a day trader and scalper. Like when I'm not on live streams, when I'm not in the Discord, I'm maybe trading and scalping on my own. Like I'm more of a gold day trader scalper, and also I can swing it. Like I can do anything with gold. So like 5K, if I start an account, it's all, when you're flipping accounts, it's all about the first trade matters. It's all about that first trade, right? When you're flipping an account, that first trade's really key. So if I have a $5,000 account, me personally, probably my first trade's gonna be $500 risk, right? Maybe $500 to $700 risk my first trade. Me personally, right? If I'm starting to make it with 5K, I'm gonna go, and it's about winning that first trade. It's about hitting that first trade to get the account balance to 6K, right? Because now I have that profit real quick that I can use to go for the next trade to get the account to like 7,500, 8,000, right? So for me, like, it's high risk, yeah, but it's where I'm at. What I used to do was I would fund a $100 account, right? And I would take $20 trades, $30 trades. Try to get the account to $150, $200, right? I would try to flip that, right? I would start back 10 years ago. I was doing this with $100. 10 years ago, right? I was doing this to $100 to try to get the account to 120. That's 20%. Or maybe get the account to 140, right? 150, 200. So now I have that profit to go for the next trade, right? It's all about that. That first trade really matters though when you're going for like a flip like that and you're trading like that, right? The first trade's really key to hit. You could still try to work that area like close to 2680, 2675 area could still work. I'll probably up. So now I'm using the profit. So like if you hit that first trade, the profit's now being risked. So I'm not as emotional because I'm like, okay, I'm risking profit. So the next trade might be more closer to 1K of a risk. And then kind of stay in there. When I start with whatever I start the risk with, I'm going to stay with that kind of level. Not get too above it. Like not go from 500 to 2,000. Like, but you could still try to work the 2680 area, 2670 area. I just wouldn't go heavy. Like if you're up in profit, take a portion of that and try to, you know, maybe work that area one more time. It could work and see if it holds. It sticks on maybe the 30-minute or the 15-minute. If it doesn't by, let's say, if you don't get any movement by 10:30, then 10:30, then I would just scratch it and just maybe call it a day. Because if you're up, you're up. We still have, remember, we still have unemployment claims tomorrow. And we still have Friday. So gold's gone up all week, pretty much. 75, like if we scratch the chart a little, like I know it's a little messy right now. So let me remove this. So one thing we talked about at the beginning of the session was over here, this area. 75 could maybe even be the next area to wait for, because we already worked 80 a couple times. Like 80, there was a couple reactions there. I know at the beginning of the stream we were looking at maybe gold comes down, right, to 2680 and reacts, or kind of like this area, that red candlestick. If you guys have been on since the beginning, I was highlighting this red candlestick at the beginning of the stream. So we're kind of coming down into there again, closer to now. So it looks like 2570, 2675 could be on the board as well for a reaction. It looks like we're going to come down there and still could possibly make that same move, right? But that's why I like sometimes pipping and dipping and just scalping, getting out. If the trade pushes in profit, quick 30, 40 pips, you can get out real quick. You have built up profit that if you want to take another setup, another entry somewhere else, you have some profit now to work with that you can risk instead of like holding one trade forever. You can, I call it scaling in even into, I call it scalping into a swing. So I call it scalping into a swing setup. Instead of just holding one trade forever, like, okay, I got my entry, I'm going to hold until it hits this TP, until it hits this SL. You can manage a position, right? It pushes into profit, goes up a quick 30 pips, I close. It comes back to entry. I could use some of that profit and say, okay, now I can re-enter the same position that I was just in, but use the profit. That's with gold, it works for me, because I find a lot of times I enter gold, it does exactly that. It reacts quickly sometimes. Yeah, it literally did come down to 2680. Looks like 2675 is coming. I'd keep an eye on that. That could be possibly where the next entry is, like where you're looking for an entry if you're not in anything right now. 2680 is kind of tight right now. We literally need the 1 minute to come back or the 5 minute to come back. There was a slight reaction, but it looks like it might come down to 75, which is a quarter level for another reversal. I'd keep an eye on that, but other than that, guys, like last night's stream, beginning of the week, we went over a lot of stuff already. We've been on for about 3 hours now. So if we don't get much of a bullish reaction by 11 o'clock, then I would just chill on gold, wait for tonight's stream, because I'll be on tonight as well. Second stream will be tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Can I show you USD CAD? Why? Okay, someone asked, can I show about USD CAD? Yeah, USD CAD was on the daily, so I'll show you. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy, pretty clear. So USD CAD sells. Why? It was from what the daily was doing. So back here, like I was looking at the daily, looked like a head and shoulders forming on the daily. So the entry for USD CAD, you can see this green candle right here. See that green candle? That's the zone. That's like the candle that my eyes are drawn to, because you can see that candle pumps up, the next candle dumps. So for the person that asked, you can look to the left, you can kind of see like a head and shoulders. So that's why I was looking for sells on USD CAD in that area. Someone asked about that. Yeah, I might come down to 26.75. I'm at a little bit of a drawdown now. Probably going to look for re-entries around 26.75. If it doesn't hold for like the next half an hour to an hour, then I'll just chill. But if we get that move back, then I would just close. Like when you get that move back in profit, I would close like a pip and dip reaction. It could still give, see the 1 hour. 1 hour's come all the way back to this zone. We've come back to all the way to this 1 hour zone. 26.75 here. This previous resistance. I know at the beginning of the stream we talked about this resistance here. The last resistance on gold was there. Last support was down here. Last resistance is the top here. Last support's down here. So it could still try to hold that support. I mean, above that low. Little pip and dips. Little pips and dips. That's what we call them. Yeah, hope. That's a word I don't like to use. Like, you might hear me say it sometimes, but I always correct myself because I just don't like saying the word hope. It's more like, the market should do this. This is what I see. Let's see if it reacts. If it doesn't, we got to plan accordingly. But you can see we're even pulling back to 26.80. Like, we got these little pulls under it, but trying to get back above it a little bit there. Magical arrows. They work. Trust in the arrows. Trust in the arrows. To get to my level, spend 8 hours a day on the charts. Spend 8 hours a day on the charts. I would do that for 10 years. Now, if you watch my streams every day, it might only take you 5 years to get to my level. Because it took me 5 years to learn a lot of trading, and then it took me another 5 years to get where I'm at right now. So I could maybe cut your learning curve by a lot from a lot of the things I learned on what not to do. So in trading, everybody's looking for the best strategy in trading. Like, everybody asks me, what do I do in trading? What to do, what to do, what to do. But you got to learn what not to do. Once you learn what not to do in trading, you'll understand more about what you really need, like how to act, how to perform, how to behave, what to really do, right? Once you understand some what not to do's, make some mistakes and stuff like that, we might hold this support. That's where like the last support is here. This is like only thing I see on gold right now. But for the day, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to see if in probably the next half an hour, I would say, if half an hour, 2 hours. It's 10 a.m. right now, 10:07. So if it doesn't really give me a move out of this by 11, then I'll close my trade either with a small loss, small profit, break even. So far, it doesn't look too bad on the 1 hour still. It's still coming down. It's still testing this area. And remember how long yesterday we sat down there for like 30 minutes before it actually even pushed up after 9:30. Pushed up a little earlier yesterday. Pulled back. Similar to yesterday, kind of, yeah, when you look at literally how it, when you go to like the 1 minute and you look at how yesterday it pumped up, went down, pulled back, pumped down, then went up, pump up, pulled down. Yeah, it's kind of similar, yeah, actually. Pump up, pull down. Yeah. Somewhat similar, yeah.
Come on, gold. We need you to hold the line. 2680. Hold the line. 2680. Pump, 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 pump. Right now. Just for me, please. I'm in at 2680. I got different entries, I think. I've been clicking buy. If it moves to like 2683, 2684, I'll probably get out. But it might be a situation like yesterday. Yesterday we were here buying, like looking for buys. And it went up all day yesterday through the night. So closely monitor that 2675, 2680 area. What's my lowest entry? 2679. 52. Damn, I wasn't able to get. I was talking to him. Like if I was just sitting, I would have been buy in profit. It's at 2680. It went down to 2676, 77 actually. If we can get a good move out of here, I'll close the buys. Hopefully within the next hour. There we go. I said hopefully. Possibly within the next hour. Let's see. That's the plan overall, to see if this can give us some bullish movement within the next hour. Let's try to. Yeah, I need TP to. Yeah, I gotta buy a I've been buying Avion actually, which is $1 cheaper than Fiji. Yo, one of these water. That's crazy. Water out here. I like the good water. Water is water, I guess, but I gotta get one of those filters. Come on, pump, 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 pump. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Pop it up. There's some wicks forming on these candles at the bottom. We just need the market to give us a little push to like 83, 82s. Trying to. I ordered a case accidentally to my mom's house of Fiji water, so for now it's Avion. I still got the Fijis. So let's remove some of this scribbly stuff because it looks really weird. I can't even. My own brain is looking at it like, what the heck. See, so break and retest at previous resistance, previous support. Then we have that low there. Yo. It's coming back. And that's why I don't, like, if I'm looking for a move from, like, that's why I don't put a full lot at one position, because the market may offer me a better entry. If I'm looking to enter here, maybe the market gives me a better entry in that same move. But hopefully this can go back. I said hopefully. Now we're all going to be like, damn, he said hopefully. Could take, like, still 30 minutes, like 30, 45 minutes to the hour range. Like, it's just these candles are testing. I still like the chart. Chart looks good, but second session will be tonight, guys. Keep an eye closely on that 2675 area. I'm in at 2680, 2679. So little drawdown right now. Got 1-2 entries. Nothing crazy. Just small at the moment. Trying to see maybe we hold this area for the next hour. Next session will be tonight. We'll go over some news and updates and a market recap. If you were on last night, it was a great session last night. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I do have some entries on gold now for buys. Want to see if within the next hour we could get a reaction from this area. A good stop loss in this case, like, I mean, kind of around here, the low, back down here. I want the market to stay above here, right where that support is, and give us maybe one more bullish move. If not, we'll be on tonight. Nah, beginners, like, I mean, try understanding like for beginners, I wouldn't try the flips maybe right away, like because obviously it's a risk orientated process where you have to be kind of willing to the accounts, you know, because it's a higher risk. If you have $100 and you're risking $20, you're risking 20% of your account. So you have to be. I think as a beginner, you want to learn like the pips and lot sizing itself. Learn the difference between the currency pairs, like how they move. Practice a lot on a demo before you go into the flips. Like see what you can do just on regular trades. Learn lot sizing, how to measure pips, like how to measure the value of pips and lot sizes. Learn all that stuff first, especially. That's really, really important. There might be some hope here for gold to react. Let's see. There might be some hope within the next hour. Maybe some hope. Maybe some hope. Maybe some hope. What's the dollar doing? 75 might hit. It has a candle right there. You can literally see the candle. It's at 75. Might not want to hit 75 now. Still hope. There's still hope we get to move 250 million USDC minted. I'm going to look at crypto news for the night. Like tonight we'll do some crypto news update. If you didn't see yesterday's stream, if you didn't see yesterday morning or yesterday night stream, we went over a lot of crypto news. Tonight we'll go over some more crypto news and I'll mark up on gold and see where gold's at before London session tonight. There's still hope, ladies and gentlemen. Can we go to 83, 84? That would be nice. 83, 84 would be nice. We can get like a solid reaction up to there. Web3 gaming some. What do I got? I got ILV, IMX. IMX, is that a Web3 gaming? IMX, Immutable X, or what? Yeah, I think I have some gaming coins. Honestly, yeah, I'll calculate sometimes what I'm feeling too. Like, I know it sounds weird, but man, like some days I'm riskier, some days I'm not as risky. Like some days I might put 10,000 on a trade, 5,000 on a trade. Some days I might just put $500. Take a, you know. Woo! Thank you. No, I got too happy there. Chill. No, I got too happy ahead of time. Slightly moving, like not much. Like if you caught it below 2680, you're in profit. If you're able to get it below, it didn't hit 2675. It came close. I know I'm saying to monitor that area. We're a little bit above 2680. And this is why scaling into a position is good, because if you had like imagine just one full entry at 2680, I'm looking for buys. But if you have like 001, 001, 001, 001, they are all in profit. You can many times you can pip and dip. It's trying to do something here. I think it's trying to, maybe. Hopefully we. Man, now you guys got. Now I'm saying hopefully. I'm saying hopefully every 2 minutes now. I'm really saying hopefully every 2 minutes now. Come on. If I talk about it. Maybe if I look at Bitcoin, it'll go up. Maybe I'll look at something else. All right, you know? Maybe if I look at Bitcoin, it'll... Wow, look at that. No, that's not... No, that didn't work. Gotta keep looking at it. Oh, yeah, see, the dollar tried. The dollar tried. She tried. Go down. We need this to go down. This to go down. Yeah, nice wick. Look at that wick on the dollar. We need that to go down. That goes down, gold will, come on, gold will give us a little magic. Gold might give us a little squeeze soon. If this dollar pushes down, gold gives us a squeeze. Everybody, watch, stay alert. There might be a little pump up on gold. If this, hopefully dollar goes down right now. Hopefully dollar can drop right now. Because it tried that retracement. That's crazy. What did Euro USD do? Oh my gosh, remember what I said about Euro USD maybe coming down to here and going up? Like, yikes. Close. Your USD tried. There might be a squeeze if dollar can. That was our push. A little pip and dip. Could have been a pip and dip there. It's always pip and dips with gold. Could have pipped and dipped it like. So far, I did twice. Could have done it 3 times there. Was in profit there. Dollar just tried something. Dollar just tried to get up there for that. We need this 30-minute on the dollar to close bearish. See what the 30-minute's doing right now on the dollar? How it has that wick? We need the 30-minute. If you're in gold, we need this 30-minute to just keep doing what it's kind of doing right now and drop. Maybe even the 15. We need dollar to dump down. Close more bearish. This gives us a drop. Then I think gold will give a good pop up. We need that on DXY. We need that little pop up. Hopefully this is 1 minute. Yeah, the 1 minute. Is it doing what it... What's the 1 minute looking like? Is it accumulating? It's going sideways. Starting to go a bit sideways. A little bit sideways on the 1 minute. I hate so many directions on news days like this. Like it went up, down, down. Now it might reverse up. Because dollar looks interesting there. How it literally... Remember I was saying it would be nice if the dollar could come up to here. Now it's kind of going up there bullish on the 5. We need the 15 or 30 to come down. Remember I was saying if the dollar comes up to here, wherever gold is... could be a good buy wherever gold is at that point. Oh wow, dollar and gold going up. Pip and dip coming. The 30-minute hasn't flipped. It's just bottom wicks. The 15-minute, choppy. Some bullish candles on the 15. 1 hour bottom wick. I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I drank like 2 water bottles already. Maybe if I go to the bathroom, it'll just like explode, you know? Drain the vein. Run! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. P&D. Let's go! Let's go. 83, 84. Give us 83, 84 at least, you know. It could still come back. Let me warn you. You could maybe even take partials and look for entries again because it might. We have a wick. We're forming a wick. 8 minutes left on this candle. 8 minutes left. Very nice. With a wick forming so far at the bottom. It still could come back into the wick. Still could try to. So we could try to, but it's looking good so far. Do what you want, pip and dip or try to hold. It's looking good. I just took some partials, but still have some positions. I'm gonna go keep some light guys just in case there's a re-entry. Got some light guys. My lowest was 79. Damn, man, I could have got way better than. I could have got like 77 in it, and it would have made a difference if I got 77. Solid. Wonder if I can hit 84 is nice, but think about yesterday morning. 9:30, it dipped yesterday morning for 9:30, and they bought it up at 9:30 yesterday morning. Same thing. So it could stick longer if you look at yesterday after 9:30. Could be a longer setup, but good targets would be 84, 85. If you take partials now and you get a re-entry late after, like around 77, 75, 80, that 75, 77, 80 area is good. 75, 77, 80 area is good. Yeah, you could even close partials in case it comes back. You still hold the entry in case it goes up. That's why I like to do multiple positions, so I can close some, hold some, instead of having a just partial take. Like I can close some entries, hold some entries. We're in profit on the live stream today and last night. Guys, if you're on the live stream, if you caught any trades, post them in the chat on Discord. Post the charts. Not everyone's on. A lot of people. See, it's patience. It's patience. Some people don't have the patience for this type of trading. If you got any screenshots, you can post in the Discord. Show the other people what we're doing here live. We did it last night too. Oh, geez, this guy just. Yo, what? Bro, chill. Yo, what? Yo, this guy's pipping. That is some pipping and dipping right there. This guy, damn. $84, $85 maybe. Like, there's some nice moves happening. Since the 30-minute right now, you can see a wick that's starting to form. There's 4 minutes left on this 30-minute. So this wick could get filled on the next 30-minute. The next 30-minute could open and you could fill the wick, or it's just going to spike up. Like, that's the one thing about trading. It's like this or this. If you're in, you hold. Like, 83, 84 looks possible. Like, I think it just hit 83 almost. 7 pips. Hopeful trading. Yeah, I might move out of this in the next, like I said, over the next hour. It's 10. Remember I said by 11 if it doesn't start moving. But now it's starting to move, right? This is good. Starting to show some reactions. Like it may give a stronger bullish close soon in this area and still try to make a bigger move out. Like the setup's still there. So. Pip and dip, son. Pip and dip. Pip and dip. You could have caught like 25, 30 pips. That's why I like to have different entries, because one entry might have been I got 28.80. I got multiple entries. 28.80, 28.80. And I got some in 26.79, 26.80, 26.79. Those are the entries I have right now. I closed a few. Yeah. Remember that first buyout? Remember the buy I took the L on up here? It's a good thing I'm not still holding that buy, right? It's a good thing I said, you know what? I'm going to get out. Wait, see, find another setup, right? Since then, I've made back more. Well, still holding. Gold still looks good, guys. It could keep going up. Like if you look at 9:30 yesterday, it pushed up a lot after 9:30, so maybe this candle closes bullish, next one goes up. Maybe. No. I'm in YouTube streaming live. I'll be streaming live on YouTube every day. Subscribe to this channel if you want to catch my live streams. This is the only place I'll be teaching all 2025 and in the Discord. I closed that buy up there because it was like, you know what? Wrong for what it was in that moment. Right now, this is in this moment right now, and it can react. It can react more over time. It's kind of like one of these candles forming right here that I'm circling with a wick, small body at the moment, suggesting that buyers might be stepping into reverse price with the size of that wick at the bottom. Let's check out the 15-minute, 1 hour wicks as well, 30-minute. Not the best bullish candle in the 15-minute. So it honestly could still work the area. It could come back. It could still work this area, guys. Like it could still work the area too. Still looks good. It's crazy how it still looks good. The setup. But yeah, the setup still does look good. Not gonna lie. Maybe there's one more spike back down to like 26, like 26.75. I think one more move down. It still looks good. Well, actually, let's say hopefully not. Hopefully not. But yeah, 26.75 would be better. But it might, like, I'd say it would probably go between 26.80, 26.77. Like, you could scale in if it gets 26.80, 26.77, 26.75. Like, it's probably gonna go around that area. Because there's a wick forming here at 26.80, right? You got a bottom wick forming here on the 30-minute, right? 2 at the moment, suggesting that it might not even go, might just fill the wicks and react off of them. It's making some support here, right? What's my tag on X? What is it? Crying _ crypto 1. Crying _ crypto 1. Just follow the pages I repost. No longer, yeah, I'm no longer with the company. People ask that. I'm getting that mess. I get like that text every day now. I'm on YouTube, just here teaching. I'll be here live every day, except for weekends. One day we'll do weekend streams. Well, the streams are big, huge when there's like a lot of people on, but maybe one day we'll do weekend streams. For now, schedule's in the Discord. Check it out. It's under announcements, unusual activity. People trying to join. This is the schedule, so we'll be back on tonight. I'm gonna wrap it up for the morning. You can still keep an eye on gold in the 26.75, 26.80 zone, like the zone, the area. Check out the Discord. There's a lot of info already in there. There's some of my blueprints, some information. There's some chats. I'm in there every day posting. We're live every day, 8 times per week here on YouTube. I'll add to this schedule probably in March. If you guys keep coming on the streams, you enjoy them, you want me to keep doing them, I'll probably add to this schedule in March then and change it. And maybe we'll do a London session as well. And, spend 5 hours a day. Compound every day. Just compound time on the charts. Look what I'm doing right now. Look how much time alone today I just spent on the charts. So think about that. That's it. This right here is what matters. This type of time is that matters too. Is when you're being patient, you're building a plan. It might be easier to do it when you're just kind of on your own. You're quiet. You're not talking and educating, and at the same time, this type of time matters. This type of time. We've been on for what? I've been on the charts for 3 hours and 42 minutes. Right? I made now $2,000. Remember how I was up? When I was up, now we're up 2K on the day. So these are the times that matter here, where you're watching, you're understanding, you're observing price. This is where you learn a lot. So compounding this type of time, compounding time on the chart. When I say time on the chart, literally how we're spending time on the chart today. So it doesn't have to be 8 hours a day. It has to be efficient. It has to be time like this, like where you know what you're doing. You're watching TOTC, time on the chart. It doesn't have to be just 8 hours a day glued, but when you're doing your studies, like you're watching videos, maybe you're watching YouTube videos, maybe you're watching some academy videos out there, something, you took a course, right? Like put that time in, like studying. I used to watch videos like 5 hours a day. I would watch videos all day and just try to be like a sponge, right? You don't have to sit there glued to the chart 8 hours, like eyes open straight. You could, spend if you have time and flexibility, you could spend 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, 2 hours in the night, different times even. Keep an eye on the area, guys. We could possibly set up 26.75, 26. It went to 26.77, so close to 26.75, around there. Still possibly setting up, but we're gonna be on tonight. Tonight's session will be 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, live here on YouTube. So that's in like 10 hours from now. We'll be back. Hope you guys enjoyed this session for the day. Solid, some solid moves. Some people caught some. It was good to see. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. That's gonna be it for the morning. Peace out, peace out. I'll be back on tonight. Schedule's here, posted.